Starlight. What do you talk about? Yeah, Starlight. Starlight. Starlight.
Starbright.
Yes, so Starlight. I don't.
Speaking of Starlight, Stardim is more like it. So speaking of Stardim, let's get this out of the way.
I had not spoken on Hello Starlight for quite some time.
It's fucking crazy around here. Like, it's totally fucking nuts. Yeah, it's been crazy as far as Starlight goes.
Jenny, though, did you see Starlight's newest thumbnail? She's pissing on your hat, girl.
No.
She is. She's pissing on the mob boss's hat.
Oh no, Jenny.
Shots fired. Pew pew.
Let's be realistic. Who gives a fuck about Hello Starlight at the end of the day?
Hey, Starlight.
The baby of the DC.
Alright, I'll be back in 1 minute. I'm only gonna do this for 5 minutes. Before I go to bed, I just have to address this.
Pull up. See how Daddy likes that.
Listen to the shit this bitch says.
I'm digging through cow shit to get shrooms, to get high on.
You're a piece of shit. You're a piece of shit, Starlight.
It's on, Starlight.
I think that's fucking funny and that's cute. Well, I can be funny and cute too.
She is a nasty little skank. That's all she's ever been.
What's the matter, Starlight? You mad?
She tries to get all this internet dick, though. Get you a little piece of it, Starlight. It's fun.
Ew. Get your own content, bitch. If you don't want people to respond, then shut your fucking mouth, Starlight. God dang it, you got me fucked up.
Because you're obsessed with my vagina. Literally obsessed with my vagina.
You like Hello Starlight? You're such a fucking idiot.
Somebody go pamper her ass.
Hey, Starlight. I just deleted that little short I put up talking about your ex-husband.
I actually tried to put your ex-husband's picture as my avatar, but I couldn't get it to work. But I can get it on my community post. There you go, Starlight. That's for you. Fuck every fucking one of you all that goes live to defend Hello Starlight.
Really? You've been around here all these years and you're gonna be pathetic like that? Seriously?
Alright. Yeah, Starlight, basically you can just go fuck yourself.
Hello, Starlight. I'm gonna say this once and for all.
We're going to go real life now, Starlight. It's on now, baby.
Where Starlight's been holding the moral high ground for how long about anti-doxing?
I know, right?
See how Daddy likes that.
What a fucking lunatic.
And Starlight, when you grow a set of balls, you're more than welcome to show up any fucking time you choose, bitch. Pull up. Anytime you grow a set. So again, Starlight, you want to play? Let's dance. Let's dance.
Yeah, just go fuck yourself, Starlight. You're a piece of shit.
Have a good day, Starlight. Touch the grass.
Hello, everybody. Thank you for being here on this. What is this? Is it Tuesday? Tuesday night, May the 28th. And we're going to just play it by ear tonight and maybe talk a little shit, you know, things like that. But be prepared because we will be going down the Gypsy Rose rabbit hole.
Congratulations on the mess you made of things. I'm trying to reconstruct the air and all that brings. And oxidation is the compromise you own. But this is beginning to feel like the dog wants a bone. Say, la, 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 falsify, and then you falsify your deeds. Your methods start the disconnect from all your creeds. As fortune strives to fill the vacuum that it feeds. But this is beginning to feel like the dog's lost the lead. Say, this is beginning to feel like the long-winded blues of the never. This is beginning to feel like it's curling up slowly and finding the throat of the joke. This is beginning to feel like the long-winded blues of the never. Barely control locomotive, consuming the picture and blowing the crows to smoke. This is beginning to feel like the long-winded blues of the never. Static explosion devoted to crushing the broken and shoving the souls to ghosts. Eternalized, objectified, set your sides so high. But this is beginning to feel like the boat busting loose from the lever. Never mind, death professor, your structure's fine, my death is better, you victim flies so high, to catch the bird's eye full of who's next. Never you mind, death professor, love is lies, my love is better, you victim flies so high, could be the dime and confused with who's next. Never you mind, death professor, your shots are fine, my stress is better, your fiction flies so high, all could use a doctor who's sick, who's next. Never you mind, death professor, electrified, my love is better, it's crystallized so my could be the diamond fused with who's next. This is beginning to feel like the dawn of the loser forever. This is beginning to feel like the dawn of the loser forever. This is beginning to feel like the dawn of the loser forever.
Alrighty, let's get on to it. So, I usually don't go live at this time because I don't really like to go live when my kids are home and they are spending the night somewhere tonight. So I actually have a night off, and my kids are teenagers. But anyways, how's everybody doing in the chat? Let me check it out. Polly, my nuggie. I'm so glad you're here. I love you. Black Eagle, Jay Thomas, bonjour. Mojo Jojo, Michelle O'Brien, LM Dragon, Sunflower Girl, Sil Nat, Girls Night. Well, Morbid's here, so oh well, he can be a woman tonight. If anyone, I don't always do open panel, but if anyone does want to come up, I pinned the link to the StreamYard to come up on the panel. Kind of like if you're from TikTok, how people go up into the box. It's the same thing. All right, let's see. Chrissy Cakes. Nicole, how was the zombie thing? That sounds exciting. So Nicole is getting to be an extra on is that Boss? What up, Boss? On The Walking Dead. So she's been dressing up as a zombie for the past 3 days. I bet it's fun. Okay, let's see. Bex, my love, I'm so glad to see you. To the Lifetime trailer trash was fun watching Gyp Gyp fake cry. Yeah. Oh, we're about to go over that. Oh, I love the new nick for Gyp. I love the new nick for which one? Oh, the new nickname. Gypsy Nose. Chrissy, good to see you. Let's see. Black Eagle, what's up? Marguerite. Heidi Moore. Rosie Posey. The fucking Barney got me this week. Had to add the Barney doll. I did have Dr. Beckerman in the rabbit hole, but I took him out because he's kind of irrelevant at the moment. And I want to put the medicine cabinet in there. No, we're not talking about old Tracy. I don't talk about her anymore. I've moved on, Black Eagle. Made peace. I feel like I made peace with the truth. Like, we're not buds. We'll never be buds. But yeah, she doesn't talk about me. I don't have anything to say about her. And even if she did, I still wouldn't talk on her. Thank you, Batty. Yeah, like if you're not subscribed to Morbid, his videos on Gyp Gyp are grade A. I fucking love it. I fell asleep last night, so I haven't got to finish. Sounds like other people went up on the live because I heard a couple clips today in TikTok, actually. Oh, I would love to know more, Nicole. Time to cry. Hello. All right, guys. All right. So we're going to just go into this Lifetime fucking bullshit. Okay. So yeah. Lifetime, you know, that's where Gyp Gyp has a reality show. Why they have it labeled as a docu-series really pisses me off. It's a fucking reality show. Is this it? Yeah.
Are you happy?
I'm very happy.
All right, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go.
Are you happy?
I'm very happy.
I just think that I would be happier somewhere else.
Well, don't call Ken. You're probably already talking to him anyway.
I don't want to go through my whole life being the girl that murdered her mother. You know my story. All right, now let's see what I do with my life. I have my freedom.
The editing here is interesting to me right off the bat. Okay, the editing. So they're mixing in a lot of clips from like the last series left off with Gypsy actually being released from prison. Like up until that, it was just prison interviews because the name of the series was Prison Confessions, and they had been filming with Gypsy since she was up for parole. So it's all about that. And then it ends off with Gypsy with Ken picking her up, and not Ken, sorry, Ryan picking her up in the middle of the night from prison. They went to a hotel room. So those I just take notice of her hair and her clothes. That'll tell you a timeline. But the way that they're mixing it in makes me want to vomit a little bit.
Freedom now. It's new to me.
Captain Gypsy Road.
Never had a puppy before.
She's never been to the ocean, but I mean, that's not an ocean. I know it's a fucking bayou or whatever, But still, you're over there driving a boat.
I don't know how to cook.
We
That's
know.
so bad.
We know.
I'm terrified.
Okay, I personally cannot wait for this bicycle scene because I'm pretty sure Gypsy's gonna fall off and eat shit. But I just find it funny when she's doing things like ice skating and then trying to ride a bike. The bike, yeah. I saw. Okay, so Gypsy. Okay, they re-released the old, not the old one, the Lifetime series from January, and I don't know who that is. Prime, is that you? That better not be you, Prime. Hold on. I have to put up my porn blocker. Hello?
Justice for
I knew it. Shut up. Don't come up here with that, Prime. That is Prime, ladies and gentlemen. He's a troll. Anyhow, so I don't even know what I was saying. I don't remember. The bicycle. Oh yeah, they re-released the first series. And but the reason they re-released it is because Gyp Gyp herself gives a reaction during the episodes. So sorry, I need a drink. Okay, so yeah, she gives like a little bit of commentary, and look at her daddy finally. I know. But yeah, so I wanted to hear her commentary, so I've kind of been watching the first one again. But I'm taking notes this time, motherfuckers. I am taking notes. I will transcribe it if I have to, because the math ain't mathin'. They give a different timeline, and I'm also trying to establish a timeline. So I've began to do that. Hello, Prepper. Happy birthday. It's always Prepper's birthday. She makes me embarrassed to even live in Louisiana. I know, but I love Louisiana. These are just some backwood bayou motherfuckers. I don't live too far from Louisiana. Anyhow. All right, let's continue on. No, the math is not mathin', okay? It isn't. And once I show you this timeline that I'm working on, Ryan Lee is exposing the timeline based on her convos with Christy back at this time. Oh, really? Where is she posting that at? I haven't seen it. But it's just not. Like, the math is not mathin'. I don't know. Oh, and Gypsy says, like, definitively, it is without a doubt that Dee Dee was diagnosed with bipolar and schizophrenia. I need to see the proof on that. I do not believe Dee Dee was schizophrenic. Okay? I don't. She's shown no proof of Dee Dee like talking to herself or having delusions. I've heard no proof that Dee Dee was ever diagnosed as schizophrenic. Not buying it. Not buying it. Look at her. Look at her so in love. And look at this little naughty thing. She got her a little negligee. I don't know. Kind of looks like something you use for a strap on. Somebody help me out here.
Sex life to speak of.
What is that? What is that? Neo? Where's Neo?
Sex life.
That. What the fuck? What the fuck is that? Can somebody tell me what the fuck that is? She's talking about, I haven't had much of a sex life. What is that? Assless chaps? No, I don't think so. What the fuck is it? Maybe we can like reverse image search it. Does not look a couple's bra. Crotchless panties. No, it had straps on it. Had straps. I wish I could zoom in, but I cannot. I don't think. Let me see. Yeah, a little bit. Okay. Okay, see? It's got straps. She's holding it by the straps right here. And then she's going to like, kind of move it up. Okay, see? Okay, that looks like a nightie. I think we got two different items here. She got herself a little nightie. Okay. Now, what the fuck is that? What? Does it go around your waist? Like, are you bungee jumping off of him? I'm confused. I don't know what that is. You think it's a cupless bra? Maybe. That would make sense. But yeah, it looks like something you strap to yourself. A harness. Yeah, some sort of harness. What the fuck? Like, look at the side. Okay, it's got some straps. Maybe it is like a strap, some sort of bra. I mean, she is holding it up to her boob area.
Ryan, the tea is fire. We consummated our marriage.
And okay, I want to know who the fuck she's high-fiving right here, where she's like, I don't need to know that you consummated your marriage, Gypsy. Like, I didn't need to know. Gypsy's always with the TMI. Okay. Oh, Lord. Look. See, who's giving her? I'm gonna die if that's Christy giving her a high five.
Fire. We consummated our marriage. Am I at risk for dangerous people? I think.
Ma'am, you are the dangerous person. You are. I gotta be like humping a bean bag. Just ew. She probably bounced off that thing like a trampoline, Hey, Into the Weeds. Good to see you. Hey, M. Pockets for her burner phone so she can troll while banging. Yep. Oh, crusty. It's a dog harness. I did a reverse image search and screenshot it. What? I don't think that's a dog harness. Pixie's way too small for that. Watching her pretend to be scared and nervous is really stomach turning. She's a bad actress. Mm-hmm. Uh-huh.
Been getting death threats.
I've been getting death threats.
Call the police.
Okay, see, they're making it sound crazy. We're being followed. They just left prison. They want your ass out. They want you to get out of Missouri. Or where were they? Wisconsin or Missouri? Either way, they wanted you to get the fuck out of there. She has the same outfit on that she wore for what, New Year's, I think? I don't know. Either way, that's probably like, they just make it sound like so sinister. Oh, someone's following us. Oh my God.
My biggest fear is.
And you got fucking TMZ on speed dial.
Going back to prison. There's so many people just waiting to get me in trouble.
You do not have permission.
I had a nightmare about my mom. I don't want to be the old Gypsy.
What would you change?
Does it make me a bad person that it brought me a little bit of joy to know that she has nightmares of her mother? I hope that means you have nightmares about what you did to your mother. That's what I hope for you. I do. Yeah, it's TMZ and Lifetime. They're there because she hired them. I think they have a deal. I think her and TMZ have some sort of like deal. You know what I mean? I hope you have nightmares every night. Exactly.
Change about your nose.
The bump. I am kind of rushing into things and wanting to do everything all at once.
She's 30 years old. She's making 17, 18-year-old person type.
Okay, that says a lot. She's 32 years old, and her own father says that she's out here making choices like a 16-year-old. I mean, this woman, like the nerve of you to post what you posted yesterday on TikTok, you know, her little manifesto. I say manifesto, but it was nowhere near a manifesto. But, you know, her little, I don't care what you say. You're trying to invalidate my trauma. Blah, blah, blah. I tried to advocate. Blah, blah, blah. She disgusts me too. And I've tried to have sympathy for her, because I think probably the most fucked up thing her mom did was shave her head. Like, I think that's awful. If her mom actually made her believe that she had cancer, like, that's awful to do to your child. That to me is like the worst thing that she could do. I don't think anything else that was done would be as bad as like telling someone that they had cancer. It's fucked up. But doesn't mean you murder them. It doesn't mean you murder them. Okay? Exactly, Nicole. She sickens me because I empathized with her. Yeah, I did too. I believed it. I believed it until I did my homework. Okay? There's something about this case that is very captivating. I think, you know, the running theme here is nothing is ever as it seems, and that was said from the start by the sheriff in the press conference. She's just crying about the D. That isn't good. I know. Hit that gypsy voice. Okay. I need a lawyer. Smokey, I need a lawyer, sir. Mickey Button. Gypsy's problem is not just a chromosome disorder. She obviously suffers from microcephaly, but doesn't want people to know her or notice. She absolutely does suffer from microcephaly. I know a bit about microcephaly. I had someone very close to me that was born with it, but a very mild version, and it's nothing like Gypsy's, like, whatsoever. Because you can get microcephaly without a chromosome deletion. I'm just saying. It's just like part of hers. And she's got, okay, I found a clip. I don't remember what show I was watching. It was one of the older interviews, and they were talking about Gypsy as a baby and showing babies pictures of her. And I think it was her aunt said they used to call her as a baby Little Possum. She always had that look, the eyes going in. I've been taking notes today. And Dr. Steele is a bad actor. Dr. Steele, you're full of shit, sir. And you're a bad actor. Okay, I can do a quick video of the screenshot of the dog harness. Okay. I got to find your channel. All right, let's finish this short clip.
Type decisions.
We had sex. It wasn't protected.
Are you pregnant?
See, what the fuck, Gyp Gyp? Why are you telling people this? What the fuck? Is this part of just, dramatizing the show? Because even Katie Joy said that Lifetime tried to use a pregnancy for content, a fake pregnancy. This is all scripted, right? All right. I think there's going to be parts that are not. It's kind of like with Teen Mom, how some of it's
scripted, and then you got the real shit too. The whole end of this with her running into Ken's arm, I vomited. Psychologically vomited.
Ken checked in.
What?
If something happens with Gypsy and Ken, it's going to be.
He's trying to weasel his way back in because now Gypsy's out of prison.
I've never been on camera before talking.
Can I just say, I love watching Gypsy a sloppy mess at home. Look.
Gypsy's out of prison.
I've never been on camera before.
Oh, not that part.
He's trying to weasel.
Right here, like this outfit. I mean, I'm not going to lie. I'm sure every one of us have some sort of outfit like this. But if I'm going to be on camera, like at least going to have a bra on, maybe. I don't know. Do you, Gypsy? You do you, girl.
His way back in because now Gypsy's out of prison.
I've never been on camera before talking about anything like this.
Ken, are you embarrassed that you had to do this? That you had to go on here and talk about your weird relationship with Gyp Gyp? Lord have mercy. Hey, JK. I was listening to you on Sam's a little bit ago. All righty then is here. My money is on Christy was the high five. Keep recording over there. Alrighty then, if you can. I'm just saying, I watch every one of them. I'm wearing a similar right now, but no one sees me right. You're not filming. Ken is a grifter. I think, yeah, there's something up with Ken. I don't think Ken likes this media stuff at all. That's what broke them up the first time in prison. He couldn't handle the hype. And it's like 10 times worse now.
Who was that? You texted.
I don't care.
Delete it then.
I don't want to be controlled. You're mad at me because I confided in someone.
I need to have.
Okay, that right there. You're mad at me, and it almost looks like she's setting him up, does it not? Because this is like, they keep making mention of that there are scenes that were recorded without them, like they didn't remember it was on. And I think this is one of those scenes because it looks like just a cell phone propped up on the counter. And she's like, you're mad at me because I confided in someone. Ma'am, you confided in your ex-fiance. That's what I'm guessing here. You confided in the one man that you know bothers your husband. You said, Ken doesn't have respect for your marriage. You never had respect for your marriage. You stepped out in your marriage, ma'am, and you still are because you are still married. This is not normal, okay? It's not normal. You shouldn't be talking to your ex-fiance or confiding in him. And I also saw somewhere, maybe it was in here. Oh, it is. It's in here. I'll speak on it when we come across it.
You texted.
I don't care.
Delete it then.
I don't want to be controlled. You're mad at me because I confided in someone.
I need to have faith that you always come back.
I'm going to want a divorce.
I need to have faith that she will always come back. Damn, how many times did she walk away? How many times? Because it was in the blink of an eye until she was cozying up with her ex-fiance. Okay, we missed the part with
My mom. I don't want to be the old gypsy.
What would you change about your nose?
The bump. I am kind of rushing into things and wanting to do everything all at once.
She's 30 years old. She's making 17, 18-year-old person type decisions.
We had sex. It wasn't protected.
Are you pregnant?
Ken checked in.
What?
If something happens with Gypsy and Ken, it's going to be your fault.
See, Rod fucking straight up told Crispy that it's gonna be her fault if something happened with her and Ken, because Christy was hooking them up. If you go back to the Vile podcast, she says he's been sniffing around. That's what she says. Oh, Ken, he's been sniffing around, and he contacted my stepmom. And yeah, Christy, it is your fault. Yeah, I feel bad for him too. Smokey, you're strange. Smokey, would you bang Gypsy Rose? Probably so. I'm gonna guess yes.
He's trying to weasel his way back in because now Gypsy's out of prison.
I've never been on camera before talking about anything like this.
Who was that? You text him.
I don't care.
Delete it then.
I don't want to be controlled. You're mad at me because I confided in someone.
I need to have faith that she will always come back.
I'm gonna want a divorce.
Dear Lord. Dear Lord, baby Jesus. Uh-oh, we're all zoomed in here. I gotta zoom out. Okay, there we go. There we go. All right. What else? What else do we have? Trying to think what my next thing was. Oh, she probably would thought about it. She probably thought about it. Sounded like he struggled picking her up. But I mean, that's your immediate response. And they told everyone they were just friends. It was just friend tattoos. Just friends. Yeah, okay. Okay. That didn't look like a just friends hug. Yeah. Okay, let's see what else I have on the docket. There's been some great, I guess you would call them snark pages. They fucking kill me. Let me get that. I have 2 streamer. Okay.
Thank you for being a bitch. Travel down and back again. Your ass is true. You're a pussy and a confidant.
And it says the face you make when you kill your mom for Dick City, then realize how men disappoint. All right, I got another one. I hate TikTok. Hold on, maybe I can do it this way. I mean, I hate TikTok on the computer. All right, let's see. Where is it? Where is it? This is one of my favorite, like, snark pages right here. Shoonie Suede, I guess is how you would say that. They're hilarious. Says Gypsy chased off social media again.
We did it! We did it! We did it! No! We did it! We did it! We did it!
Oh no! Oh no!
I probably can't play these songs. I don't want it to get me suspended. Shit is funny. Funny. Let's see.
Well, this is awkward, huh?
Sorry, I must have the wrong apartment.
This shit is funny. Did you guys hear? Oh, what is? Oh, it's Jackstar. What's up, Jackstar?
Hello. I'm getting
Do
dressed.
you have clothes on?
Partially. I won't expose
Well,
myself.
don't come up here with no clothes on.
Well, I'm wearing pants.
Okay. Promise. You don't look so sure about that.
Well, I'm just appalled that you have to ask. Am I that
People
burden?
come up. I have had people come up here and whip it out. It's weird.
Yeah, but you know me.
Not really. I mean, I know who you are.
Okay, well, the
On
person
the
who used to be,
internet.
was I a person who exposed himself?
I don't know.
You don't know if I was. Wow. Okay.
No, I don't. I don't recall that. I haven't heard that.
Well, I let you sleep in my bed. That's encouraging since I didn't expose you to myself. It wasn't a trick, right?
I don't know. Hold on, I'm looking something up. I'm doing something.
Oh no. Okay. Well, I didn't realize we were that far on the outs.
What are you talking about?
Well, it just seems like I remember you as a person who I could rely upon not to take their clothes off and expose themselves. Yeah. And then
Wait, what?
Well, I don't think that you're going to expose yourself. So.
Well, I'm not on camera.
Well, you could be.
Yeah, but I'm not.
But well, I'm not exposing myself. So. How do I look?
All right.
I look a little unshaven, but.
Wait, you know who Gypsy Rose Blanchard is?
I don't.
Oh, that's a shame.
It is. Can you fill me in?
Oh man, it is so much. I can't.
How about this? Can you give me some?
She murdered her mother for dick.
Isn't that what they do there?
No. And then claimed to have that her mother had Munchausen by proxy and she was medically abused, but it was all a fraud that she was in on.
Well, okay, so but is she a real story or is she a pastiche? Is she a covered thing?
What do you mean?
Well, I mean, is a real case like on Law and Order, SVU or something?
Mm-hmm.
They'll take a real case and they'll make a show out of it, and they'll take some of the details and they'll make it into a story, which is not like real life. And then I don't know if they're doing that with her or if she's actually like that. And then, like, I don't know how it works at all because I'm not a cop.
The media portrays it as she's like the ultimate victim.
Well, maybe she's a pastiche of all sorts of other cases that are happening that don't get reported as separate cases because generally the media wants people to be ignorant as to what's going on with people's private cases.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
I don't know.
For example,
she's already been prosecuted.
Yeah.
She just got out of prison.
How long was she in?
She was only served 8 years of a 10-year sentence because she did this whole, I was abused, Munchausen by proxy.
Yeah. 8 years seems like a long time. Let's see. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Damn it, I'm trying to find, is Morbid still in here? Where is this fucking channel? What was it called?
You seem frustrated.
Yeah, I can't find what I'm looking for, so hold on.
Do you know who's living at my house?
No.
I don't know either, but do you know that I've been
Did you
looking
go to
for
jail? Did you go to jail?
I went to jail. No. Well, not lately. But over the weekend, I drove around Lake Washington. I checked it. I took in the sights. I checked on my peeps. It was
Okay.
It was kind of alarming.
You ever find that wife that went missing?
Have I found her? Oh, no, but I'm sure a number of other people have found her and others like her. There's a lot going on with that.
Whatever happened with all those Zoom court meeting things?
Well, I'm going to court in 30 days. Other people are going to court slightly more often. And when I go to court, it's really just a formality because they know that I didn't do whatever. And they know that all these people did all this stuff thinking that they were going to take me out and then replace me with a dude. And they were going to get away with it, they thought, and they didn't. So they're kind of in trouble. I'm not sure how that works. I'm not sure what else. I'm not sure what other kind of malfeasance they've gotten up to because I'm not that big of a spurglord. But I don't really need to go to court all the time since they're not going to give me any more charges since I'm not going to commit any crimes. And they don't really need to do anything about me since I'm innocent. I'd love to go to court and explain. But they want to keep it on the down low because it's very embarrassing. Very.
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about.
The woman who had a freak out on the street behind my house was Allison's sister in disguise. And she was afraid that I was going to see the truck that they had stolen parked there. And I didn't know they were there.
Sounds crazy.
Yes. And then she probably didn't know that she was Allison's sister because the way these MK Ultra things work, they don't remember.
My God, now we're going to look.
Is that verboten? I didn't know that was a bad word.
No, can I ask you a question and you not get offended?
Yeah.
Are you maybe a little schizophrenic?
No. Why?
Morbid. I was looking for that chick that you played last night that was raging out, but I found it. But I don't know your email, and I kind of want to join your Discord, so let me know.
I went to my friend's house to say hello to her because I was curious why something had happened. And when I got to the house, I looked inside the door after knocking. The woman who was there, who was my friend, was 1.5 feet taller and didn't want to see me because she was in a different body. And it was more difficult for her to download the things that she needed to know to be the person who I'd known for 25 years and not the person who had just taken over. Because apparently there's been some scheduling changes. And I'm not sure how this MK Ultra thing works, but it's real. So why you got to spaz out, I don't know. I didn't mean to offend.
No, I did not spaz out.
As soon as I said the word MK Ultra, you went, bah!
No, because I don't ever know how we get down these paths.
Well, I dated a classified asset for 5 years, and I know this.
I don't even know what that means.
A classified asset is somebody who is special, and they're owned by the military, and nobody's supposed to know that. So I, of course, have.
You think some of these things were maybe made up in your own mind?
Some of which things?
Some of these conspiracy theories.
It's not conspiracy theory. It's a real thing. Leo.
To you, it is.
Congressman Leo somebody or other. He flew down to South America and got shot as soon as he got off the plane, and then they triggered the Jim Jones suicide cult thing. So why that's a conspiracy theory rather than
no, like when you start talking about like MK Ultra, well, you believe in the Illuminati too?
Believe in? There are people who run around who believe they're in a sort. There's several of them. Like, yeah, the Bavarian Illuminati. That's why you have a quarter with George Washington's head on one side, and on the back side of it is George Washington dressed as drag. Have you seen that one?
Shut up, Neo. Look what Neo said. It's true. He's on a different level. That's for fucking sure.
Well, I wasn't aware that there was a program to keep things quiet. I thought that was done when I didn't get the memo. I mean, I don't have to talk about it. But I didn't think that it was that it didn't exist. Hi.
Nick Ricada has made a special appearance.
Come again? Hello?
Hello, do you need a lawyer? Do you need representation?
I don't know yet.
Well, listen, my advice, you should represent yourself and you will always win.
Do you know Hormaxer?
No.
You should go to his channel and check him out.
No, I've been there. I know. I mean, I know of him.
Oh,
I've seen him. And then do I know him?
Be more life
he's a fun guy.
I think he's a degenerate clone, but I'm not sure.
He is a degenerate piece of shit, but do you not want to be more life affirming? It's a joke because Hormaxer is a joke.
Yeah, he doesn't like me, so there's not much point in me going there.
No, he doesn't like much of anybody.
Yeah.
Including himself.
I'm not sure what kind of existential threat I pose to people.
No, he hates me.
Weird. I don't have these feelings. I'm not holding a grudge. I'm not resentful. I don't.
I know. I'm just joking around. I like to do that.
I know. It's kind of nerve wracking though because you're pretty good at it.
Thank you, Elena.
I'll talk to you very often.
No, I'm lost too, so don't feel bad. All right, so I'm gonna play a video. Okay, this is a woman, and she's like really pissed off that people are challenging Gyp Gyp.
I'm going to scream in the mic again and make a part 2 to my last video about Gypsy Rose Blanchard, because a lot of people
Oh wait, we should play
on
the first
TikTok
one.
and YouTube have been very
We
pissed.
gotta play the first one. Sorry.
Hi. Today I want to talk about the Gypsy Rose Blanchard situation and her talking about her mother, that has since been unalived many years at this point. Um, I just wanted to say that it's really fucking disgusting.
What do you think about that photo right there, Jack?
MK Ultra.
Sorry.
MK Ultra. Whole thing.
Why is it MK Ultra?
Because that's the name of the program that they had when it was interrupted, then taken over by whoever's been reworking it to turn it into some sort of gesture add-on thing. Do you know about the gestures? We're not supposed to talk about them either.
No, we're gonna play the video now.
Disgusting how so many people keep trying to speak on what's wrong with
Hey,
this
Mariska.
woman and what they wouldn't do. Let me fucking explain something to you. As someone who grew up in an abusive home, yeah, that's me, and with an abusive mother. Now, my mother didn't have Munchausen by proxy syndrome, but she was very abusive in multiple ways. And I'm not gonna lie, the thought of taking her out has crossed my mind many times when I was younger. Not because I wanted to, not because I planned to do anything, but it was just the constant abuse and rage. It makes you think very unhealthy and unhinged thoughts. So, anywho,
You had thoughts like that, Jack Star?
No, I think I can just rework the MK Ultra protocol and help people
Oh God.
not being so fucked up. It's not that hard. It's just a programming language.
I just feel like the way people keep trying to find shit wrong with her expressing herself, you do not have a fucking right, especially people who do not
Oh, the
and
Navy
have
does.
not come from like
The Navy has the right.
extremely abusive homes. You do not have the fucking right to go anywhere and tell someone who's trying to express their experience or what they've gone through any type of way that they want to. You do not have the fucking right to
These
come in
extremely
and
abusive
shame
homes are
them
trading
or try
grounds
to
for certain
anything.
factions
This
of
girl didn't say anything fucking
employees.
wrong in that video
They
about
train
the
their children
doing to
differently so
her
they can be
to
better
her mother
warriors.
on Mother's Day. There was nothing
Chill
wrong
out,
with the
Jack
fuck she
Star.
said. I thought what she said was very honest. It was genuine and it was raw. Just because you feel fucking weird about it, no one gives a fuck. You know why we don't care? Because you don't come from the same type of environment that people like us come from, where we have abusive mothers and
When you
or
come home and you've been
fathers or
letting
other
Jasper tell the
authority
truth, you
figures
get
in our
beaten.
fucking life. You do not get to pass fucking judgment on somebody and act like, oh, you just know what's right and what's fucking wrong. Because let's be very clear. If we look on the news, we look at the crime history,
You
there's
gotta
a
be
lot of people
quiet.
who take out
Be
their
quiet.
parents for no fucking reason. No good reason. Let me rephrase. For no good reason. It's for some, they didn't give them money, they wanted inheritance, or they had a dumbass disagreement, whatever. This poor girl, as soon as she came into the fucking world, already had her mother targeting her
Here's
and
a microphone there.
preying on her for attention because she had Munchausen by proxy syndrome. You do not have the fucking right to ever speak on someone.
How
this
dare
poor
you?
woman and whatever she did and didn't do. That boyfriend, by the way, people keep trying to shit on her. Oh, well, she manipulated that guy. She didn't manipulate him to do a motherfucking thing. He was grown and she was grown at the
What?
time too. He decided to come over for some fucking vagina, just being real, for some fucking vagina.
No, ma'am, it was the other way around. Gypsy was the one talking about anal and be quiet, Jack Star. And she was talking about getting dirty on the bus together. It was not the other way around. Gypsy was a little freak hoe.
He was like, oh, just so whipped and infatuated with her that he excuse me, unalived her mother for her, or whatever the fuck happens. Okay, that happened years ago. The justice system made the fucking choices. If you feel so fucking adamant that she wasn't supposed to be released from prison, why don't you all get together
Right,
and write
Rosie,
a fucking
yeah.
letter to prison and say, hey, I have a problem with the fact that you guys released Gypsy Blanchard after whatever happened with her fucking mother. You need to take that up with the justice system. But targeting this girl when she's already started out in life having so much stacked against her, had to go to prison for her decision to take out her mother. I agree with her decision personally. Doesn't mean that you have to like it. Doesn't mean that it has to be the best option. That was the only option she had necessarily. But I get it because I've been there before. So if you haven't been there before, shut the fuck up and stop speaking and judging this poor fuck.
Oh, damn, Elena. Better keep an eye out. Next time, whip your phone out and record that shit.
I don't have time for that.
Yes, she needs therapy.
Be
She
quiet.
probably is still getting therapy, but she's just getting out of prison. She deserves to have a
I love
chance
you,
to
Starlight.
express herself and live her life
Mhm.
just like every fucking body else. It wasn't like she just offed her mom because it was just some dumb shit. No, that woman had been torturing her, having her go through these surgeries and things she didn't even have to, that were not necessary.
This woman is
because her
so
mother was
amped
a fucking
up.
sicko.
Yeah,
Let's
that's
be
all
very
training.
clear about it. So why everyone wants to play pretend and, well, I don't agree. Bitch, let's see what you would have done if you were in that same fucking situation.
So there's control
Like,
codes in this.
be real about it. You can't
I
relate.
agree.
You can't say what you would have done because this is not it's not a typical situation. This is a very deep, fucked up thing that happened to Gypsy Rose Blanchard, and it sucks all around how it played out. But she's out now. What the fuck? You don't think she's been through enough? It's like people just always want to try to find something fucking wrong with people who are just trying to speak their damn truth because they don't agree with something. Or I wouldn't have you. We don't know what you would have done, and neither the fuck do you because you weren't there. You've never been in that type of situation. So can we all have respect? The word is respect.
Well, no, can you have it for me?
This woman doesn't realize that I think she's projecting her own trauma
Yes.
onto the situation, and like, yeah.
They work teams. Yeah.
So she's getting like personally offended, even though
The whole system works on emotional manipulation. There's
especially in this situation.
Yeah, and it's part of the way that it's meant to influence diplomats. The purpose of the program was to have a person that they could turn on into a killer or into be a honeypot to keep the diplomats happy when they came to America. Give them each an agent, and then if you had to, you could
That's
push it
called
over
The
them.
Manchurian Candidate. That's a movie.
Yeah, yeah, that's the name of the book. Yeah.
I don't have a fucking clue what that is. And I don't need to know. It's all good.
When they developed LSD, they started discovering that there was things you could do to the human mind, and they wanted to
Are
create.
you on LSD?
No, I'm on Earth, dear. Where are you?
I don't know. When was the last time you took some LSD?
Not way too long.
I bet you would be really scary to trip with. I bet you would freak me out. I think you would say some stuff, and it would freak me the fuck out.
Are you married?
No.
Really? Okay. So, do you remember that guy who used to make the joke about how I wanted to have sex with his girlfriend, and I thought it was weird because he was talking about you?
What?
You remember?
What did he say, Natco? Can you be the?
I wasn't following. He said something about sex to you. I don't know.
He kept on making this joke, and he was really rude. He was he still is, but that's just his nature. But he was joking about me wanting to have sex with his girlfriend, and the implication was, I thought that he was referring to you, Starlight, but he wasn't. He had just gotten that guy. I'm not allowed to say his name because you're all spurgy.
No, I'm not Spurky. Who?
Well,
Who
when you
said
enter
that I
that
was
age,
his girlfriend?
I don't know
Was
how many.
Was it Jackson Black, that weirdo?
I don't. I'll be honest. I don't keep track of your boyfriends. I didn't know. You
I don't have online boyfriends. I don't do
This is real life.
online. I don't do the online thing. That,
Right.
No.
Well, neither do I. I'm not looking for a girlfriend or anything. I was just wondering if somebody's going to be jealous of me and start making claims that I want to have sex with you, which I find to be tedious.
I know, Neo. I need to.
Hey, you can have sex with my wife, Jackstar. It's
Yeah.
okay. I'm into that kind of thing.
Yeah, no.
Okay. What? Okay, here we go. Nobody probably has a clue what this is about. Can you give a rundown on Nick Rekieta?
Nick Rekieta, big
What
YouTuber,
happened?
400,000 subs. He was on a stream recently. He got caught doing coke. He got arrested.
Oh my god, I didn't know that.
Got arrested with his wife. They found guns and a lot of drugs in the house.
That's not good.
So yeah, it's a pretty big deal. So
Yeah, Nick Rekieta is like was he in the debate community? I can't. Wasn't it
he
Rekieta
was in,
Law?
like a drama community, but he covered the Johnny Depp, Amber Heard.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Does he have
How
something called
Rittenhouse
Rekieta
trial.
Law?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
There's a
I
lot
don't-
more to it, but that's just like a general overview of it.
Okay, gotcha. You have stuff on your channel about it, right?
Yes, I do.
You should drop your channel in the chat.
Who go through whatever they go through and they come out and they're just trying their fucking best. Nobody
No,
said
they're
she was
not
hurting.
just.
None of us are fucking
They're also
crazy. She
executing
enjoyed
their
her
Navy
death.
expenses.
She didn't ask to become famous. Her story was publicized by news stations and outlets the same way it was when she first went into prison years ago. It's the same fucking thing. We don't control what necessarily certain things that get put on the general news. I'm not talking just social media or entertainment. I mean just news, okay? We don't have control over that. So getting pissy with her because I don't know why she's a celebrity, because a lot of people, the story is very bizarre and she seems like she actually can be a pretty cool person. Like she might have a personality to her, and I actually quite like her. I don't know everything about her, but who the fuck am I to pass judgment on
Yeah,
this woman?
Mariska.
Who the fuck am I? Who the fuck are any of you? People can have opinions, that is fine, but guys, y'all can't fucking relate. There's only so much you can fucking say, or it's all these assumptions and oh, it's this or she just wants attention. Y'all, the attention got put on her because of the story being broadcasted on the fucking news. There's nothing wrong with her talking about her fucking issues. My God, stop shaming this poor fucking woman. She's been through more than enough. If you don't like the story, don't fucking listen to it. Don't watch it. Stop passing judgment on people who have gone through fucked up shit and you have never even had a particle, not even a fraction, okay, of what these people have gone through. And then you want to sit and point fucking fingers? No, you don't get to do that. You do not get to do that.
It does sound
I guess
like
on
her.
a basic level, yes, you
It does.
get to do that. But
Could
you're
be,
not going to be able to get
JK.
away with it because there's going to be a lot of people who are like, shut the fuck up. You're going to have people like me, people who really come from shit. We're going to tell you shut the fuck up because you don't know what that's like or you don't know what you're talking about. Instead of judging this woman, pray for her. If that's what you like to do, I don't know. Pray for her. Send her some positive comments. Maybe focus on your fucking
Still
mental health.
not.
Maybe focus on
The actual name of the stream or the video is Leave Gypsy Rancher the fuck alone.
damn, maybe there's someone in my life who might need some more support right now instead of on TikTok, on Instagram, on YouTube, in the comments judging this fucking woman. But how are you working on your fucking self? How are you working on yourself? This woman, her story might speak to a lot of people, even if they haven't had to go to the extreme she felt like she needed to 10 years ago. Still, feelings are fucking feelings and experiences are experiences, and people go through shit that pushes them over the edge where they do stuff like what she did or other horrible things. Doesn't mean that they're a bad person. No, but we're human. Everybody fucking breaks and has their limits. God damn. And I know I feel her. I feel her with all the backlash because when people try to talk about what they've gone through, it's not a pretty thing to hear. The way that people who are children, yes, children have been fucking abused. It's not a nice story, but that doesn't mean you get to try to shut up or
Oh, Nicole, there's a part 2.
Devalue or downplay people and their goddamn story. You don't have to fucking agree. You don't have to like it. So fuck off. That's how I feel. And Gypsy Rose Blanchard may never come across this video, and that's completely fine. But anyone who does, shut the fuck up and stop speaking on shit when you don't even have a clue what that is like and the toll it takes on a human person and their mind and their spirit. It's really fucking deep. That's it.
That's it. All right, so there's a part 2.
And very pissed. I'm going to scream in the mic again and make a part 2 to my last video about Gypsy Rose Blanchard because a lot of people on TikTok and YouTube have been very pissy about it, and I don't give a fuck how people feel. However, I would like to make some things very clear because it seems like, as usual, people either have very shitty reading comprehension skills and listening skills or they have a tendency to take facts and skew them to their feelings and act like the facts don't matter because they feel how they feel. I don't do that. I'm not delusional or anything. So I'm just making this part 2 to make some things very clear because it seems like it's getting thrown off track. And that's why I even made the first video. Here's the point I'm trying to make here. She already went to fucking prison. Like, what do you want her to do? Do you want her to teleport back in jail and serve another 10 years? If everyone just thinks for like 2 minutes, just 2, I'm just asking, 2 fucking minutes, I think people would realize the reason they only gave her 10 years is because they took into account all of the harm and trauma that her mother brought to her. That is a fucking fact. That is a fact. Okay, let's stick to the facts, please. Okay, now, with that being said, that is why I think they only gave her 10 years, because they knew, all right, it's not like she just, like I said in the first video, she didn't just do it for no goddamn reason, guys. There was a very fucked up reason. Now, does that necessarily justify or mean that that was the best course of action for her to take? No, it doesn't. All I'm saying is what's done is already done. Okay, and it's not in her control what her sentence is. A lot of people are mad that she's out of prison, but that's not her fault. People are really being dumbasses and acting like she was really there, like behind the scenes, sneaky, like, oh yeah, guys, just give me 10 years. Yeah, don't let them know you're only gonna give me 10 years. I have my hands in this one. No, come the fuck on, guys. Be real. Be real. Please be real about it. You have a problem with her and being free, okay, you get your asses online, write a letter and/or a petition to Missouri and say, hey guys, I don't like the fact that you let her free. We disagree with that, and take that up with them, because those are the professionals who investigated the case years ago. And if anyone would think for 2 fucking minutes, like actually think for themselves and not dick ride with the masses, what everyone else is saying, it might dawn on you that the reason maybe that they only gave her 10 years is because they took into account all the fucked up shit her mother did to her. Again, the facts. Can we stick to the facts? Does anyone have logic in the chat? Just asking. Just asking. Okay, so with that being said, there's zero fucking point and reason in shitting on her and being mad at her because you feel like she shouldn't be out of prison, as if it was up to her or it was up to any of us. Unless someone in the chat works for the justice systems. The rest of us, though, no, we don't control the law. So, like, what's the energy for? What are we stuck on stupid for? I don't get it. I genuinely do not get it. You don't have to agree or like what the fuck she did. We get that part, but can we change the fact that she's out of jail and that Missouri said what the fuck they said? No. So to act like, all of a sudden the facts of how the law works just don't apply here because you feel some type of way, is fucking ignorant and it's stupid. It's pointless. I don't give a fuck who doesn't like how I feel. It's cool to have your feelings, but that doesn't intercept facts. That's my problem with people and how they are acting with the goddamn case. She already went to jail, 10 years passed, she's out. It's over. Also, dragging her into other people's cases, like, other people have gone to prison and such for similar situations. Yes, I agree. I completely agree with you guys there. I don't feel like a lot of people who are sitting in prison for defense or taking someone else out for doing something horrible to them or another person they love, I don't think they should be in prison. I agree. However, how is that Gypsy's fucking problem or fault? Can we stick to the facts? I don't think it's rocket science. I do not think it's rocket science. It's not about you liking
when she finds out what's happened, she might flip out. And there might not be anything to do about it, because it might be perfectly reasonable to discover that your son and your daughter have been forced to have an incestuous relationship.
What?
I don't know if that's happened.
What are you
have you seen Old Boy?
About? Hi, Neo.
These twisted, perverted people, they like to take revenge. And that woman may have had revenge taken on her. See, I don't know, since nobody tells me anything. Nobody answers my questions, and they think that's smart.
What? Are you talking about Gypsy?
No, I'm talking about Grapefruit. Who cares about Gypsy Rose? She's fake. She's fake. She's fake. It's a fake story.
Okay, be quiet.
Or agreeing what she did or anything. The fact is she's out. The justice system said let her go. I just feel like across the board,
I'll be quiet.
People piss me off with this because it's like there's so much energy and vitriol in defending the perpetrator, right? The one who caused harm. But there's just not the same empathy and understanding for the fucking victim. Gypsy is a victim of what her mother was doing to her. Why are we throwing this part out? Why are we pretending like her mom was a good person? Again, it's not about agreeing with what she did or liking anything. It's not even just this particular case, but in general, I feel like a lot of people, they have such hatred and anger when people who are really victims speak up or they retaliate due to their circumstances. And I get it. I'm not saying that all the retaliations or responses are the best or that they're good or that they're even right. I'm saying, can we be human? Can we be understanding? Can we please stop always having to throw knives at the fucking victim as if they haven't already suffered from the perpetrator already harming them?
Defending a child abuser just because their life was taken is fucking goofy to me, and I do not care what anyone says. Anyone who harms children should not exist. I don't care. I don't care.
That picture at the end was weird. Whatever.
Why is she so adamant to defend
She's
Gypsy?
I don't know. She was super triggered. I don't know who she is.
So if you get away with murder on a shorter sentence, you shouldn't be talked about, I guess. Is that what she's saying?
I don't know what she's saying. I think she was like, she's pissed because she thinks people are trying to take away from Gypsy's abuse, her alleged abuse. I think she is like taking it personal because she's been through abuse, that girl that was screaming.
Oh, gotcha.
So like she's taking her emotions out on this situation. That's how I feel. Gypsy Manson.
Yes, that's exactly what they're doing. That's why they latch on, right?
And they get so emotionally invested.
It's like they're, in a way, living vicariously because they wanted to deal with their trauma perhaps that way. Like they wanted to kill their whoever
And
traumatized
she
them.
said that in the first video. She said that she had thoughts of it with her abusive parents. So she's obviously been through some shit. And then she sees people talking about Gypsy and exposing her for the liar and the fraud that she is. And they're trying to say that people are invalidating her abuse.
Yeah, it's always some kind of projection, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you
Someone
got
says,
rid of Jackstar. I came up to
no, he
translate
left,
Jackstar. Oh, he
thankfully.
left.
I can't
Thankfully.
handle him. I can't. I've tried before. He's so far out there. I can't grasp it.
Well, only a trained professional can handle Jackstar at this point. So.
Yeah.
He's not that difficult to understand. You just have to.
He talks about all these MK Ultra and stuff, and I don't know any fucking shit about what he's talking about at all.
Oh, he's talking about his self-medication.
Well, you should have been up here to be a translator because
That's why when he mentioned that, like, if you watch what's it called, that show?
Which one?
SVU, the SVU.
Uh-huh.
There's a particular reason why it's SVU and not, the other ones.
I don't know what that means. I don't watch SVU.
Oh, well, anybody that watches SVU will know that that's a specific unit.
Oh yeah, I know what it stands for.
Yeah, and the type of crimes that they investigate, right?
But what does that have to do with anything?
Oh, it has to do with his legal problems.
Gotcha.
No, it doesn't make sense. That's why I say you have to be on his
Well,
level.
I know a little bit. He has like a missing wife. Like I don't know if that's what he's talking about with his criminal case. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's right,
special
JK.
victims unit. Yeah, I knew what it meant. I thought you were talking about the show, or for some reason.
No, I'm saying that's you have to tune into his frequency. That's the way he speaks. He speaks in riddles, but
Yeah.
once you get the gist of what he's actually saying, the
Yeah.
overall theme, he's really easy to understand.
I can't do it. I must be stupid, like you said. Like I
Oh
can't.
no,
He's on like a whole. That's why I was like, "Are you on psychedelics?" Because sorry, Courtyard Night Paladin. It's impossible to take you seriously. Go along with the goddess. Wow. LOL.
That's for me.
Maybe barking petty orders does not really instill confidence.
Yeah, I think I mentioned earlier that he's a paladin. So
What does that mean? Isn't that like something from Star Wars?
no, you don't know what a paladin is?
No.
Oh my god. Okay.
I'm sorry. I don't like. That's not my genre.
You don't spend enough time thinking about Rome like men do, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the Roman Empire. I bet Jackstar thinks about that a lot.
No, he's a heavenly paladin, not
Oh, okay, okay. Maybe he's into Scientology
no, I doubt it.
or against it.
Probably against it.
Next time I'm talking to the court, I'll see what ate because she's so special. What's that mean? What does that mean? Sorry. Okay, we already read that one.
Well, you're the goddess,
Oh, I
so
saw that, Elena. That was you that said that in my comments. Yes, the interrogation. I've watched that interrogation so many times. Somebody needs to transcribe it. So what do you think of old Gyp Gyp Neo?
I don't like I only know of her because of your streams. I don't really
I know. So
follow.
what's your impression
Yeah.
of her from what all I've said?
Well, did that thing come out?
The
The
trailer
special
came
you're all
out.
waiting for? Oh, the
No, that
trailer.
comes out on the 3rd.
And
But she put out a
okay.
trailer today, and it was quite interesting. Oh, there
I
goes
haven't seen it.
Naklo.
So
Bye, Naklo.
I thought he was gonna play more Nick Rekieta stuff. I know more about Nick Rekieta than.
See, I don't know anything. I saw what happened, but I didn't know he was like doing cocaine on stream. That's what it sounds like.
Oh, I have history with him, so I'm not
Oh,
surprised
you
at all.
do? You have history with Nick Rekieta?
Yeah, I've met him a couple times.
Oh, yeah? You met him? What the fuck?
Yeah. Well, wow, is my audio that bad?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, I
Good
thought I
night,
heard.
Wild One.
It's funny to me that people are freaking out about him. A lawyer swinging and doing coke. It's not all that rare. But you just have to know his origins. And he started out with the Dick Show. I don't know if you're familiar with it.
Uh-uh.
He started out with making commentary on the Dick Show, which is it's a comedy show, and
Mm-hmm.
there was a lot of it's just a bunch of men gossiping, right? Quote unquote men.
Oh, a bunch of bitches.
So that's how we started out. Dick Masterson got sued by this guy called Maddox for like $20 million, and Rikita was the lawyer. He started commenting on that, and like anybody that follows like the Dick shows bound to be some kind of degenerate, and he got really popular, and he started doing that. Oh, I'm a Christian, Chad dad. He was gonna do a what's it called? A podcast with Doug TenNapel. That's the creator of Earthworm Jim. Doug TenNapel, the big
Oh.
Mignogna guy, who's
I
the
know
voice
the
of
Earthworm
Goku.
Jim. Okay.
Yeah, because he's another one of these like super Christian Chad Dad, and they were gonna call the podcast the Chad Dad podcast. So it's
Like,
really.
what was he
But he
gonna
also has his
call it?
best friend, the Drexel guy, and it's funny that the Drexel guy, he's the black guy. He's like
Mm-hmm.
this super swinger guy, and that's kind of how I found Hormaxer in a way too, because I used to listen to Drexel, and he's like one of these hardcore MGTOW guys, but also about swinging.
Ickmill covered Rekieta?
I don't know who that is.
He's like a big like true crime guy, but he also does like he'll go live and film what's it called? People who are running from the cops. What the fuck is that called? What's it called?
Yeah, everybody's listening to like everybody's jumping onto the Makeda thing.
See, I have not. I saw what happened that he was arrested, but I never watched him to begin with. So I never looked into it.
Well, he got really popular, right? Because first
High
of all,
speed
that
chase,
whole
thank
wholesome
you.
Christian guy with the family and he's a lawyer, and he made like this entire persona, right? And then he got popular with the wine moms during the the Johnny Depp trial and the Kyle Rittenhouse thing.
Hmm. Hmm.
But he's always been a degenerate from the beginning. His friend Drexel is like, he calls it terrorizing
Drexel.
the white women's neighborhoods. That he
Yeah.
would run trains with the Smash Bros and all these hoes and that kind of thing, right?
Uh-huh.
And he'd have him on his show. So
Wasn't his channel name Ricada Law?
yes,
So how is he doing all this degenerate shit?
he's
On a
always
law
been so
channel?
from the beginning. That's why I find it funny, because I've known
Mhm.
him since the beginning, and I've known he's a degenerate. So
Yeah.
that's why I'm like, whenever people do that
Interesting.
Christian, wholesome, just like the Jack Murphy thing, right? He was like this alpha Chad male,
Yeah.
whatever, alpha male guy, and then turns out he's like a cuck as well. So
Oh
it's like,
no. All these
it's
internet cucks.
it's a grift.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I'm so. But I saw Netflix
Interesting. But
posting
he's
about it.
still
So
in jail, right? He's still in
no,
jail.
he's out. He's a trust fund
Okay.
kid. He doesn't
Oh,
need
he's
to do this. He's like
okay,
a
okay.
multi-millionaire, and then like his parents are super rich.
Has he been live since he's been out of jail?
No, from what I understand, he's gonna do an interview with Ralph. You know Ralph, right? From the
Who?
kill
What?
stream.
Sorry. Yes, the one that
So
Grace. He's kind of a bigger guy.
yes, yeah,
Yeah.
the fat guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that
What
should be
about
fun.
him? What
Yeah,
about
he's
him?
gonna do his first interview with him.
With Nick Rekieta?
Yeah.
Doesn't he stream on Rumble?
I don't know where he's streaming right now.
Well, I know when Grace was streaming with him, like he was always on Rumble, and I don't ever use Rumble.
Yes,
The
not, but
gun. Who's the
the
gun?
gun. Well, that's
Who's
his
that?
nickname. Ralph, the
Oh.
Ralph male. How dare you call the Ralph male the gun? Not clue. Yeah, he's. I don't know. He gets banned from everywhere, so I'm not sure where he streams.
What do you think about old Ben and Grace? They're obviously together. They're like on the
I have
run.
no idea what's happening. The last thing I saw is that they're in the woods.
Yeah.
So
Because
I
they
don't
know
know.
they can't be like at home because they can't be separated. So they're like hiding out in the woods. Pretty
Yeah,
much.
in the same cabin. Like you see the same cabin in the background. I saw like a couple of
Yes.
pictures. I'm like, what?
It's
I don't know.
obvious.
Maybe Grace is finally gonna become the trad wife,
To her dad.
or
In a fucking beat up, what is that? A coach?
she's gonna learn all those trad wife survivalist skills for.
While drawing dicks on her and crying and writing slut on her forehead.
Oh, that was I don't like I said, I have no idea what's been going on with them.
I
Like I
peek
don't
in
really
every
follow
now and
them. The
then.
only reason I know any of you, I'm putting you because it's because of the Hormaxer, right? Because everybody went in there to mess with him.
Mhm.
So, I don't really follow like the Thorpes or any of that stuff.
I peek in. I mean, they don't really go live very often, so I peek in when
Yeah.
I can. Just because I'm interested in the court, like Ben went to jail because they broke the no contact order. And who was it? Was it? I think it was Shamu put out the body cam. It was
Yes.
fucking great.
They're just hanging in the park. I'm like, what?
Yeah, they were
We're not
walking down
supposed
the
to hang out
road.
together? Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Grace doesn't have a driver's license. It's I don't know. Like people will
But
tell
she
me. I'm sure
drives.
like people will tell you like, oh, this and this happened. I'm like, oh, interesting, but I don't really follow it.
Yeah.
I'm too busy with my satanic initiation.
With your fucking Illuminati
My satanic
entail.
initiation. Okay.
Oh yeah, sure.
No,
I can
I'm
see that.
starting ancient Greek course, so I've been busy with that.
An ancient Greek course? How old are you?
What do you mean?
I'm just
Don't you
curious. How
don't you
old?
like reading the Attic classics and the biblical Koine
No,
Greek Bible?
no. Maybe I need to get back into reading the Bible. I don't know. You said you're taking a course.
Yeah.
Where?
Online.
Okay. For your
Uh,
own
it's
personal.
yeah, it's just for my personal edification.
Mm-hmm.
It's fun.
So you're like super religious.
Not at all. I'm a filthy
But
atheist.
somebody, I think it might have been Hormax, or I can't remember. Somebody said that you went on a mission trip.
That was Alex, the cat daddy, or
Oh, okay.
lasagna.
Yeah,
I
that
have no
fucking
idea why he
asshole.
said that. I
Because
I
he's a
saw that as well.
weirdo.
I'm
Uh-huh.
like I've never. I don't know where that came from.
They were trying to say something about you being on Reddit. I can't remember what it was.
Who,
I
me?
think it was, yeah, it was yesterday because I don't really watch. And I clicked in there. I always click in right at the right
Wait,
time.
who said I was on Reddit? I
Someone
mean,
in the
I have a
chat,
Reddit
you know
account.
how they're always trying to throw you under the bus, like you're doing all
Oh,
this
it's
chaos?
that crazy person that was
He had a
imitating me with a fake
wrench.
account. Yeah, he's saying I saw him. He threatened me that he's
Mission trips are
investigating
good.
me with kiwi farms. I'm like, okay.
Yeah,
I'm like, I
that's what
do
it
have.
was. Kiwi Farms.
Yeah, I'm
Sorry, it
like,
wasn't Reddit. It was Kiwi Farms.
my name is really dumb, and I don't hide. You could go look up my Reddit. I like post in guitar subreddits, perhaps Animal Crossing subreddits.
Oh my god.
Kiwi Farms. I have a Kiwi Farms account to be able to read the posts. I'm like,
Yeah,
you
I
could
do
go look at
too.
my yeah, you could go look at my account. It's the same avatar and the same name. I've never posted
Yeah.
on there, so
I say
I don't know where
incognito.
all this.
And for the record, I wasn't like talking about on mission trips. I was just curious if that was true because someone said it on a panel and I did not know that they were, I don't know. I was like, he's on a mission trip. I would never would have thought.
No.
Is also legal counsel for his wife and one other person involved. What?
I don't think he's gonna be legal counsel for his wife and the other girl, the threesome girl, April. I think that was only for the bail hearing.
Good night, Ellen Dragon.
But
So,
the April girl got released before both of them.
who's that?
The girl that they had at their house that were having a threesome relationship.
Oh my. Sounds like a whole rabbit hole.
Well, that's the funny thing. He is, you know Null from Kiwi Farms. He hates Dick. He hates Dick and he hates Rakita. But Dick, he did the same thing that Dick Masterson did, which is he got one of his fans, which was she divorced her husband, and he moved her out to LA to live with him and his girlfriend, and they were
Mm-hmm.
trying to have like this threesome relationship kind of thing going, and like they all end up, she ended up exposing him and all this stuff. The same thing. So in a way, Rakita is trying to emulate what Dick did because he brought in that girl that's divorcing her husband to his house as well. So
Me too, JK. I've been subscribed to him, but I don't think I've ever watched anything about this Ricada guy. I hope she's just having that. Yes, some people are behind on stream.
ooh, Gypsy, no, Gypsy, no, they
What?
in her mind she's justified what she did.
She doesn't have remorse.
Yeah, in her mind she thinks that what she did is right
Uh-huh.
because she's the victim, right?
Yep, ultimate victim.
Yeah, so she's not gonna have any nightmares or anything. She's gonna enjoy the money and the attention, and then
I think she's gonna spin it like, I had a nightmare that my mom was beating me with a coat hanger.
Well,
So
that's
she can be
common,
the
right?
victim. Well, so she can be the victim again. We don't
Yeah.
know. She wasn't hit with nothing. I don't believe that. She said she was
That's
tied. What?
No, I was just reading that Blue's comment.
Okay, so I have not. I just recorded this and I had to do it like on super speed. I don't know how shitty it is. So this is Breetard.
I
She's
think it was
another
Demona J,
what?
her evil alter ego name.
I think she
Demona.
had I think Demona and Ruby were evil. I think she had more than one because the rest of them were like Kitty was the childlike side of her. She had Bella. Like she had all the sweets and the slutty one, Candy. And then I think she had two bad ones because we haven't heard much about Demona. Okay, so this is Breetard. She is another Gypsy simp. She actually talks to Gypsy and she feels like she needs to go live every night and talk about her and defend her. I gotta find when it starts because I started it late.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm going to be boring on this subject because I don't know anything. I just.
Well, I'm gonna
Oh,
play this.
okay.
Do you have any? Are you jumping down?
No, it's just that I'm looking at the chat.
Okay. Yeah, I know, Sarah.
I can't hear the video. I suppose
You
it's.
can't?
I don't know if it's a StreamYard's thing.
Other people, can y'all hear the video? Demona was a character, right? Demona Wolf. Isn't that a character from like True Blood? I don't remember.
Okay, Betty says she can't hear the either.
Bree is the one who can't hear it.
They can't hear the video.
That is fucking weird. I can hear it just fine. Hold on, let me play it again. Hey, Sammy. Can you hear that?
Nope, nothing.
How can you not hear that? That's weird. Let me try to reshare it.
Because of this, look what it says on here.
Can you
No, my
hear
mom
it?
had her in a wheelchair because
Yeah.
she's
Okay. Yeah.
being
Okay.
paralyzed.
That was weird.
There's even in the medical record, she even told them that Gypsy was paralyzed since she was since she was born. In some doctors that she's not sure if it was when she was born or after the fever she had when she was born. So either way, she was
What?
basically always in a
Gypsy had a fever? Is that why she was at the hospital?
wheelchair her whole life. First of all, I don't even know how the fuck you get in a wheelchair when you're a newborn baby. I want to know.
They didn't put her in one as a
But in the record, it
baby.
says that. And then it does say paralyzed, but also one point it says she's in a wheelchair since she's born. I'm like, how the fuck they got little bitty baby wheelchairs?
Symptom that she still shows today, and that's why she has the ductlets. So she often,
The ductlets.
and all that. Her cell glands were reduced, they were removed. And
Lie. You see what I mean? They were not reduced. They were fucking removed. They completely removed. I saw Gypsy in person. She literally has a scar in the exact spot that you would have a scar. Like, this is what I mean.
what we moms call that a stroller, right? What? Oh, right. I know. Well, that's true. But yeah, the way that in dramatic records is just funny, kind of when she's like, she's in a wheelchair since she was born, but in other areas it says like just paralyzed, but or parable, whatever. But that is true. A stroller. I didn't think about that.
The reason why, because of the chromosome disorder.
I read it was half removed. No, you can't. No, I think I don't even think it comes in pairs. I think you have to like there's 3 sets. I don't think you can just remove. I think it comes in sets. Like you have to remove the whole set. I'm pretty sure. Maybe I'm wrong. But I know she got both of them removed. Like it's in the medical records. Actually, hold on.
So she has Gypsy's medical records, I'm guessing.
Is that the lady from the last
Yeah,
time I was
no,
here?
no,
That she's like,
not the one.
yeah, mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Like her friend
The
was just agreeing with everything, like she wasn't saying anything.
yes, that's Nina though. We like Nina here. She's
Oh
streaming.
no, it wasn't Nina. It was some other video.
The one that she's playing in the background.
I'm gonna do
You know what's
that.
funny on here?
Actually.
Like it'll say vision impairment, and then like 2 sentences down, it'll say like no vision impairment. Like
Gypsy has a vision impairment. I wrote it down in my notes today. I can't remember the name of it, but she has something that I mean she was cross-eyed as a baby. You can look at her baby pictures and you can still see her wonky eyes. They're both wonky. I can't remember the name of the fucking eye thing right now.
I don't know how. Like I think it's because they would have the mom's notes and then the doctor's notes. If that makes sense. What the hell?
She has no clue what she's talking about.
And then show it to y'all. But no, it's definitely it's she got it fully. Oh, man, I have so many freaking. Oh, well, I'll show it to y'all in a little bit. But no, she definitely got him the whole salary, like the certain one. It's like the second largest one.
She's lingering to that Munchausen by proxy. And the truth is, factual accusations were really minor, and they were corrected when she was younger.
You cannot just, I mean, yeah, you can like even the lazy eye, she still has that, you know. Most things with a chromosome disorder, like you can't like the micro whatever. Like you can't just get a bigger head, you know. That's what you're gonna have. That's your head. Anyways, not true. Do you see how she flows right along with it? She's like, and all the things was medically necessary. She just says that. She don't show that. She don't prove it. So people in the comments are just like, oh, they see she showed a piece of paper. That doesn't show that anything. All she did was show the results of the chromosome disorder, by the way. I need to point that out because it's important because like that's how like she like manipulates people that's watching. Like y'all have when y'all watch things like this, you have to really watch and look. Like ask for more if you need it. Like don't ever just believe people just because they're putting up a piece of paper.
I believe that Detroit love just and gave her a childhood. Yes, is that
Hey, Vicky.
The whole thing, no. No, she just dressed up at Disney World. What?
What are you talking about, Neo? What is that? Is it micro? What are you talking about?
She mentioned the condition.
The eye condition?
Microencephalopathy. Yeah, it's the one that makes her head smaller, right?
Oh, microcephaly.
And it's not encephalopathy?
No, I think it's called microcephaly because I know someone that their kid had a form of microcephaly, but it was a mild one. It's not like Gypsy's. Okay, so do you know what microcephaly is?
Well, I know micro means small and encephalo means the inflation of the head, and pathy means it's a disease, right?
The way it was explained to me is that when you're a baby,
that's why I'm learning Greek.
When you're a baby, your skull is floating, right? That's why babies have a soft spot, blah blah blah. Well, some babies, while they're in the womb, they call them sutures, like the lines that go in between the skull that are floating. Sometimes they will fuse in the womb, and that's what causes microcephaly.
Okay, yeah, it's the same thing that can cause like a cleft palate. Yeah, I understand what it is. It's just she mentioned because you didn't talk. I don't know if you talked. I haven't seen all your streams, but I think you talked about it in the morbid one.
Mhm.
With the extra not extra, missing chromosomes.
Yeah, she has a 1Q. I can't name off the numbers. Micro deletion. Oh, look, Lemonade's here. Do you know Lemonade?
I've seen them around. I'm not sure. Oh, I'm sorry, Karina. I was gonna say hi.
She's the redhead that Hormaxer. She was friends with like Nikki and Robbie.
Oh, probably. I probably saw them, but I like talked to him.
Yeah, Lyman's been
I don't know.
around
He gets
for
so
a
many people
long
trolling him.
time. Sarah, how did her search history? Oh yeah. So Bree, this girl that I'm streaming, she's mainly on TikTok, so she doesn't know how YouTube works, and she doesn't know how to share her screen or anything. So she like has her phone set up, as you can tell, and she's just filming her computer screen. Well, she pulled up her search history, and there was grandma porn in it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. She denies it though. She said it's because she got her computer from Rena Center.
I never understand people that use their work computer, or like streamers that will use their streaming computer to do that stuff. Because
Right.
eventually they always get like exposed or something. Yeah.
Well, she was real stupid about it. Like she doesn't know how to share her screen properly. Can you imagine if old Hormaxer showed his search history? Oh my god.
Oh,
What?
he'll share it with you if you ask him. He'll send you an email.
No. I've mentioned him too much.
The only reason he doesn't do it is because it's against the YouTube terms of service. Otherwise,
I would be scared. It'd probably be like something with a horse, and I'll just leave it at that.
Pretty standard. The facial features of this young lady like in the chromosome deletion form, and just if you look,
they look identical. She says. Of course, they chose a picture of Gypsy that's gonna look close to this person, but I wonder if I can zoom.
They didn't choose that picture. They didn't choose that picture. That is like the face of the chromosome deletion. Have you seen it?
I have not.
Okay, so if you like look, I don't know what else to call it, but a pamphlet. If you look at the chromosome deletion pamphlet, there is a face that they put to it, like someone with the, and it looks just like Gypsy. Let me show it to you. Hold on.
Yeah.
Let me pull it up. Give me a second. I gotta remember what it's called. It's that rare chroma. Okay. Let me send it to myself real quick.
Okay, microcephaly. Okay.
Microcephaly. All right. Let me grab it.
So that's just a small head. Okay.
Yes, but the reason that it happens is because of what I was saying about the sutures in your head.
Yeah.
Are you going to be a doctor when you grow up?
Maybe. It's really interesting because I was watching a video of the cleft palates, and it's really messed up how just one little thing can throw off the entire development.
So this is the pamphlet, right? See? Does that not look like Gypsy?
Oh, that's not her? I thought that was her.
No, it's not. See, look, let me.
Yeah,
this is on rarechromo.org. This is about the 1Q2 1.1 microdeletion, what Gypsy has. And yeah.
It looks just like her.
Looks just like her. And let me read to you some of the things that come with this disorder that she has. Like, it's in her medical files. She's admitted to it. They all have many times. So most likely features include a small head, increased possibility of mild or moderate development delay, slightly unusual facial features, increased possibility of behavioral or mental health problems, heart problem, which she was diagnosed with having sleep apnea as a baby, loose joints or double jointness, which she has. Other features include seizures. If you look at all the stories, they talk about how Gypsy had a seizure disorder, disturbance in the lens of the eye. We already know she's cross-eyed. Increased risk of their inborn anomalies. And then it goes on to talk about all of these things in detail, about the small head, the developmental delays that are possible, blah, blah, blah. The heart problems, like everything that Gypsy had testing for in her life that they call medical abuse is actually warranted if you read about the chromosome disorder. It talks about having muscle weakness.
So she did need the wheelchair or not?
Not like her mother was portraying it, because her mother told people that she was paralyzed from the waist down, that she had muscular dystrophy. Gypsy actually had a muscle test done that proved that she did not have muscular dystrophy. The feeding tube could have been a part of that as well. So she didn't need to be in a wheelchair, but if she, say, couldn't keep up with the other kids because she would have muscle weakness, her mother used that probably as a reason. It's pinned to the top
you
left,
said that.
Lyman.
Yeah, because you said that the mom was a scammer too, right? Like she comes from.
Oh yeah, big time fraud, con. It blows my mind how they were able to take advantage of these charities. Like, can anybody just write a charity and shave your kid's head and you'll get a trip to Disney if you write a sob story? But that's why I think there's medical fraud involved with some of the doctors as well. One of them being Dr. Beckerman, who saw Gypsy for 10 years and then just happened to move to Missouri. Hurricane Katrina happened, and they just happened to send Gypsy and Dee Dee to Missouri, where they met up with Dr. Beckerman.
Yeah, I mean, there's no doubt. I've worked in the medical field, and it's a lot of there's a lot of fraud.
It
I mean, I
sounds
don't know
like
if you know
this.
how medicine representatives. The
Yeah.
drug companies will just hire like a really hot girl,
Mhm.
and they go around to the doctor's offices. Oh, buy our stuff, and they give them the trinkets and tchotchkes and.
Well, I think the doctors were benefiting from the medical fraud as well as, yeah. So they, use Gypsy or her case, I guess, as, look at me, what I've done for this poor child, even though they really didn't do anything to her besides go along with the fraud.
Aliana says, "What does Gypsy say about that picture looking like her? Has she seen it or what?"
Well, Bree I was just streaming Bree, which is her biggest simp. And she said that Nina and them, because Nina presented the chromosome disorder thing too, and they said that they just picked a random picture off the internet and said it was Gypsy, or that it looked like Gypsy, and that is not true. It is not a random photo. It is the face of this microdeletion, as you can see right here in the little pamphlet on rarechromo.org. It tells you everything about the disorder. It's not a random photo. It's on their website. And it looks just like her.
They would have been funny if she maybe struck them for like a privacy strike for using
Oh
her
my
photo.
God.
That is not
Don't
her
give them
photo.
ideas. Don't give them ideas. They don't know how YouTube works. They've taken down people left and right on TikTok. They just bullied an actual survivor of Munchausen by proxy off the internet. Gypsy did, and her little cronies. She's
TikTok
out
is
here
worse
doing the
than
most.
Facebook, no, with the censoring.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't do Facebook though.
Well,
But it just made me realize we can get away with a lot more over here than you can on TikTok. But yeah, she took that. Yeah, Batty. There's this woman. Her name's Kate Marie. She was actually a victim of Munchausen by proxy, a survivor. And like half her leg was amputated. Her mom was able to somehow amputate her healthy leg, and she would advocate for Munchausen by proxy. And Gypsy started harassing her, and so did Katie Joy. So Lemonade's here. Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
How are you doing?
I'm good.
Let's talk about Gypsy.
Okay, let's talk about Gypsy because I know you've been big mad.
Big mad?
Well, aggravated.
About her?
I don't know because you tagged me in that thing a while back.
Well, that's true. But here's the
I don't
thing.
even remember what it said.
Me neither. But here's the thing. Why do you think, isn't she the victim?
Hold on.
Isn't she the victim? Wasn't she a victim by Munchausen by proxy?
No, she was not a victim of Munchausen by proxy.
Oh, she wasn't. So that was
No.
all fake? So her mom...
Yes, a lot of it is. Was there
me.
medical fraud? Yes.
But, okay, so she was a child, and her mom... Remember what her mom did?
What did she do?
Did she try to kill her own mom and her stepmom?
No, there's no proof
Poisoning?
of any of that.
Okay.
No, there's no proof of any of
Poisoning
that.
both
There's
times.
no proof. Dee Dee's not here to tell her story. There's no
Oh
proof
my
that ever happened.
God. But of
She's
course,
not.
this little child was a mastermind that was like, you know what, Mom? Like,
not
you're the
child.
mom,
Do you
and
realize
you're in
how
charge.
old? Do you realize how old Gypsy was when she committed the murder?
She was in her teens.
No, she was 23.
Okay, but no, she was not 23. And
Yes,
that's a
she
fucking
was.
lie. That's a
Oh my,
fucking lie.
Lyman, do
Where's
your
the
research.
proof? No, I know. Listen, girlfriend.
She was born in 1991. The crime happened in 2015. Do the math.
Okay, but what was her mom telling her
She hadn't
the
had
whole
a
fucking
medical.
time?
She hadn't had a medical.
Was she
since 2011?
like making sure that she didn't know how old she
Her
was?
mom
Did she keep her
would not
away from her
allow.
dad
Hold on.
and her family?
Hold on. Her mother wouldn't allow her to date, and that's what set Gypsy over the edge.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, can you hear me?
No surprise.
Did you hear what I said? What happened? What just happened?
I don't know. Were you able to hear me?
No.
Okay.
Did you say something?
Oh, I was coughing.
Uh-huh. Oh, where'd you go, Lyman? What happened? The sound issue was on your end, not mine. Come back
What you
up
call
here.
it? Lyman? Wasn't it lemonade?
It's Limonade.
Oh.
Hello,
I think
Echo.
maybe she's coming from the same argument that like Notorious Ash
Yes,
sometimes does.
Ash always coming up in here. But I'm sorry, she was not a victim of Munchausen by proxy, and she doesn't even know how old she was when she committed the murder. That tells me you know nothing. You have to do your fucking homework. I can't do it for them.
She's Gypsy in disguise.
Lyman.
I don't know. I don't remember the voice. I mean, you said that she was been on panel before, but I don't recognize the voice.
I've known Lyman since I came to this platform. She actually used to open Pokemon cards when she first started streaming, and then she started streaming against Jimmer Nam and that Artie Gay and blah blah blah. It's a
Used to
whole
watch
saga.
Pokemon card unboxings.
Yeah, with her kid, like way back when.
No, you watch that stuff?
No, but I would go. She was also into true crime, so I used to go in there and talk to
So
her.
you don't have a shiny Charizard?
No, I'm fresh
Oh.
out of Pokemon cards.
What's
It
your
was
favorite
sweet. It
Pokemon?
was sweet. Jigglypuff. What's your favorite?
I don't have a favorite.
I don't either, but I did like
You need a
Jigglypuff.
team. I like the 3 first starters. You need a team. You can't have just one. Well, I guess Jigglypuff can because it just sleeps.
Yes. She used to do videos on Mary Marlowe. Oh, Snorlaxer.
Snorlax, yeah.
Yeah.
Who's Mary Marlowe?
Mary Marlowe was a kooky nut of a this is like when true crime creators weren't really like they were just starting out. It was basically when the Chris Watts case actually happened, not the docu-series, the actual murder, like when Shanann went missing. A lot of people started talking about it on the internet. Mary Marlowe was one of those. She had crazy conspiracy theories and she was a cuckoo nut. Is her channel still there? She hasn't been around since then. She was attacking people. The Watts case. It was my first. Oh no! You know, one of the first people I came across was Delusional Dispeller or whatever her fucking name was.
Well, I hope Limeade comes back up.
Come back up, Lyman. Where'd you go? She does this. She'll pop up and then she disappears.
I get her argument.
Yes,
I
but
don't know the specifics of
hard.
Munchausen or how far it has to go for it to be
Munchausen.
Munchausen by proxy, but
Well, okay, there's also a thing called malingering. Let's just go ahead and look that up, shall we? Because Munchausen by proxy, there's a couple of cases. One of them being the Garnet Spears case. This was a little, anyways, it's a little boy, and his mother was putting salt into his IVs and things like that, where you're actually physically making your child sick. Gypsy was never sick like that.
yeah, like she wasn't harming her like that on purpose. But I think what she's trying to
She
argue is
was
that she was
milking
telling
her.
Yeah, she was like telling her that she has these things in order to do the what's it called, the scamming, right?
Right. Well, and
So
I think Gypsy knew
it's
that she
kind
had.
of in that realm, but I don't.
Mhm.
You think Gypsy was like in on it?
At a certain age, yes. She was raised to be a part of it. Which isn't right. I never said her mom was like amazing.
Yeah, that's why it's messy because all the people in this story are kind of mixed up.
Mhm. So malingering is exaggerate or feign illness in order to escape duty or work. Hold on. Where's a better example?
I've been called malingering.
Falsifying or profound exaggeration of illness to gain external benefits, such as a blah blah blah, such as making money, right? Because they were scamming all of these charities. They got a Habitat for Humanity house. Gypsy was on disability, and so was Dee Dee.
Yeah, so it wouldn't be Munchausen. It would be more like just grooming her to be a scammer.
I think it was just medical fraud, but yeah. And malingering. It's a unique situation because, you know, she was raised to be a con artist. She was raised to be a fraud. She has said in interviews that she can lie without having a conscience. That's something hard to unlearn
Yeah,
when you were little.
with the actual Munchausen, they do actual harm, right, to the kid.
Psychologically?
No, physically.
Such as?
No, like you mentioned that the other lady like chopped off the foot of the.
Oh yeah, that's actually yes, like actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, doing things to make your child sick. The Garnet Spears, he died. Like most kids that are true victims of Munchausen by proxy don't make it to age like 17. Okay, Lyman's back.
Hello.
Hello.
Let's try this again.
Yes.
Okay, so how old was Dee Dee when she met
Rod?
Yes.
I think she was 24.
24.
Mm-hmm.
And
I
he
think
was
so. Someone in the
17.
chat. Yes, he was 17. I think she lied about her age. What does that have to do
Okay.
with anything? What the fuck was that? What did that have to do with anything?
Okay, maybe she is just trolling.
Oh, Lyman. Come back up here, Lyman. Stop hiding in the bushes. All right, we'll play this video of Bree for a little bit.
Look at her eyes and look at Gypsy's eyes. How much water they are. These eyes barely even open.
They look exactly
Like,
alike.
literally. Look at Gypsy's. Her nose, this person's nose is nothing like Gypsy's. Gypsy's nose is not pointy like that. It was, it had like the bump at the top. Like, she just showed, that's what they did. They chose pictures that would look like the most like that. And, it just, it makes me sick. It really does. Because, like, she might have the microcephaly or whatever, which is a smaller head. She might have that. But actually, her head goes higher at the top, if you notice. But anyways, but her eyes,
Not
they're not the
everyone.
same at all.
Oh my god!
This is
Not everyone with microcephaly, like their heads are not always shaped the same. There are extreme cases of microcephaly that are just sad to look at. Just her justification, like it's without a doubt that fucking pamphlet girl and the symptoms match Gypsy. Gypsy was diagnosed, like, they did a genetic test, whatever the fuck it's called, one of those tests that came up with the chromosome deletion. Why is she disputing it?
Perhaps she doesn't understand that there are degrees to it.
I don't know, because one time she pulled up microcephaly and showed like children that had really horrendous cases of it. So she knows.
Yeah,
She's
and like I
stupid
said,
though.
it's going to be on the spectrum, right? It's not. They're not all
Right.
going to look the same. It's going to be,
Right.
just somebody on a damn brochure for this disorder that everybody's been using. She's like on the front page of like the website.
So that says a lot.
No, it doesn't actually.
The chromosome disorder that she has is 1Q21.1. And
Oh, you finally figured it out?
the symptoms that are exhibited is the deep-rooted eye sockets.
I don't understand. This is like I just recorded this yesterday. This live by Bree was done yesterday. Why is she still? It's so strange. Her reaction. I don't get it. This is her third time to go over this video of Nina's, and she hasn't disproven anything. Yes, it's been. I've seen Gypsy admit it. I've seen it with my own eyes. And it's all up in all the news articles and stuff.
The small head, we're trying to do a face, which is all of what Gypsy has. And I'm not saying that to say that she's ugly, she's nothing,
What? Oh, yeah. I gotta charge my. I gotta put my phone in. But like, okay, so the nose. Okay, so the way that like you have to actually look at like the nose is not just a big nose. Her nose is her dad's, like the bump at the top. That has nothing to do with it. What happens is if you see like the little girls that I showed yesterday, they have this bulb like nose at the tip. That girl that showed in pictures don't even have a nose like that. But it's like, wait, let me turn this around. It's like a ball, like imagine like like a bulb at the tip. Gypsy's nose is not like that. Her nose was never like that. It was just like a bump. That's what I'm saying. They're just saying things, and like that's how they get people to believe them because they're just like, hey, they got this, they got this. They're just talking like, yes. Yo, I cannot wait to get internet again. But anyways, let me turn this around. All right, I'm not gonna stop it. I'm waiting for like 10 minutes before I stop it. Nina's about to fuck her
Now it's
anyway.
down to the noses, I guess.
She was asking who the other girl was in the picture from the brochure. I don't know who she is. I'm saying like that's the one that's at the top. I think that you're thinking she has the features because of what the picture they chose to choose. They chose a girl that looked the most. She like not only does the medical record say she doesn't, but her nose is nothing like the features. Her eyes, the lazy eye is. Those eyes of that girl will literally you could not even see her eyeballs. Gypsy's was clear as day. What is it? The mouth? Like, I don't know. Like, I think that you can't just look at it as like, I think what it is like Gypsy has distinct features, and I think that people are judging her features as like, and I think that's just her features. because it's not the way they're describing it. They're not going in depth. Like if you look at the, I should look up people after this video. I'm gonna look up people who have this, and I'm telling you, they do not look like Gypsy. Only certain the picture might be a more severe case. No, but what I'm saying is not about being as well. Like Gypsy literally doesn't. That's what I'm trying to explain. Because I don't think I'm not just saying this just to say this. Like she should be ashamed even if she did. What I'm saying is I'm not going to say that Gypsy has something that's not in her medical record. That's my point. My point is in her medical record, it literally says she has no obvious dysformic features other than microcephaly or whatever, and the eye, lazy eye. So I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh yeah, like they're doing and saying she got this. That's not what her medical records say. So I'm not going to say that. I think that she just has features that
It
are.
does. It
Well, I
literally
know, but
does, Bree. It says that in the medical records. That's where all this fucking came from, you dumbass.
Starlight, you need to send her the brochure.
She has it. She
The
has
one with
it.
the Gypsy picture, or
She has
the girl.
to. She has to have it. There's no way she hasn't seen that
Then she's
article.
just being disingenuous. It's not.
I don't think she gets it. She's real dumb.
If you have a guide telling you these, like the first picture that shows whom I thought was Gypsy, how can she not like?
Because
No.
she wants to snuggle Gypsy. They talk on the phone. Okay, she's met them in person. So she just wants to be right and she doesn't want to believe Gypsy's a liar, is what I think.
So she's trying to
Convince
grift off her?
herself. Huh?
She's trying to grift off Gypsy.
She's not making money. So maybe
So
I don't know. It's like I have asked several times why she's doing this. I don't know why she's doing it. I think she's in love with Gyp Gyp. I don't know. It's strange. That's all she does is go live and try to, like, even Christy and Gypsy. Christy is the stepmom, and Gypsy have been all up in her chats talking shit. Like talking shit about the guy that the autistic guy who's on like he's very low IQ, Nicholas Godejohn, the guy who she groomed, in my personal opinion, to carry out the murder of her mother that she planned.
Does her condition cause mental retardation as well, or
It can, yes. Well, slow.
okay?
What's up with my background? The fuck? That's weird.
Micah, but why would anybody want her validation? Or
Yeah, I agree with that. She does want her validation. I don't know. She thinks, I don't know. She has her on a pedestal.
Yeah, exo. That's why I asked, because it's strange. Because usually when you have extra chromosomes is what causes those conditions. Not missing from. Well, maybe.
Is Down syndrome an extra chromosome?
No. I'm talking about when people have mental retardation. It's because of the extra chromosomes.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I guess Down syndrome is part of that spectrum.
Yeah,
right?
do they have an extra? I can't remember if they're missing one.
No,
or
they
if
have
Down
extra.
syndrome,
Yeah.
They have an extra one. Okay.
Yeah.
Video again yet. I just want to make that very clear because we're not creating things that she has. Like I'm not doing that in this video. I could do it on somebody else's video, but I just don't think that's okay to do because that's not what's in her medical records, and that's what we're basing this off of.
And she actually does look similar to her sister Nia. But I think it's very interesting. It's some of those facial shapes that we're discussing. Nia does have them too. Maybe not as severe, but I see now Nia is gorgeous. So I'm not taking away from that. That is such a beautiful young lady. But I'm saying this is the interesting part too. Dee Blanchard was tested for chromosome disorder and she was not a carrier. Rada Blanchard was.
By the way, that's another thing. Gypsy's mom, we do not know if she was tested. That's what she told them. Her medical records aren't available. Gypsy's mom told them that she was tested and was negative. That's all we know. So we do not know if her mom was ever tested for this, by the way.
Never tested for chromosome disorder, but someone had that high capacity on Gypsy.
Nope. I'm sorry.
They did have her tested. What is she talking about?
Also not true. You do not have to be, your parents don't have to be a carrier. You can completely get it from not like your parents don't have to be a carrier. So that's also misinformation.
There are similarities between Gypsy and her sister.
I know.
Right? But I see where this word I'm taking away from.
I thought she was. He didn't.
The blood test showed significant deletion of the chromosome, and it tested D4.
Blaze
They did
Fairchild,
not know
how
that.
far behind are you?
Misinformation.
This is what the marks as to say that she has it. And when you really look at this pamphlet as we displayed,
See, pamphlet.
I'm saying that we're able to come to on here.
And that's the thing. You see, that's not okay. Sure, you can let people. I'm sorry. Oh, fuck the 10 minutes. You can let people look through a pamphlet all you want. That does not. Nobody can look. That's just like just now, just by saying like Gypsy's eyes look like this, Gypsy's nose looks like Gypsy's chin. That's not how it goes. Like you don't bait what we think because we're not doctors and we don't like it don't matter.
Why is she arguing the medical files where it says she was tested and has the chromosome disorder that they also mention all throughout her life? Why is she disputing that? I don't understand. I don't get it.
I assume it was also mentioned on in the trial.
No, it wasn't. This chromosome thing is like the newest find. I don't know if you know who Fancy is.
Oh, okay. So the tests weren't available
When
she was in trial, or when she could have been
she
tested
tested
earlier?
positive for the chromosome disorder as early as I honestly think that they knew she had a chromosome disorder from birth. I do. It's been documented through, all these articles that she's in and all these disabilities. The number one thing that they talk about is this chromosome disorder. Hold on. Someone's here, and I think it's Prime. I don't know. Hold on. Let me put up the peen blocker. Hello.
Why won't you let me up, Starlight? I don't
Are
understand.
you blocked? I bet are you blocked on your other account?
I'm blocked on every single account that there
Okay,
is.
hold on. Where do I go
And I don't
to
just
find
mean
it?
I don't just mean in StreamYards. I mean in chat because I keep telling Batty to go fuck herself.
Well, quit doing that. Leave
right,
Batty alone.
All right, I'll quit telling Batty to go fuck herself. All right.
Okay, now starting right now. Stop.
All right, Batty, don't go.
All right,
fuck
I'm gonna block you.
No,
I'm gonna block you.
No.
Cruella D'Angelo.
Timestamp for myself 2 hours and 12 minutes and 26 seconds, just so I can timestamp it. If I'm not blocked in the chat when this.
Well, you're gonna keep getting blocked if you fuck with Batty.
Oh, it's not my fault. She's a bitch.
Well, you just don't like her because she tells you about yourself.
No, I don't like her because she's a bitch.
I think you don't like her because you want her to love you.
I mean, look how many filters she has on her fucking picture. She's a fucking hog.
It's a fucking photo.
She's a hog.
I have a cartoon image. Yeah, your point.
Yeah, but I bet you're also a hog. But you're not, though. You're not.
I'm a hog?
You're not. I'm not saying you're a hog. You're not.
I'm not a hog.
I know. Batty's the hog. You're not a hog.
Oh my gosh, stop. Okay. Enough with you, Prime. Prime, if you want to come up here and actually have a real discussion, you let me know, okay? Moving on.
It's what she's been told. And honestly, at the end of the day, a facial feature, that's another thing. Picking apart exactly, her nose is like this, but her chin's like this. That's nothing that's going to affect her health. So it's irrelevant. It's literally irrelevant. It's irrelevant. A facial feature, whether her freaking nose is bigger or if she has duck lips or she has so the fuck what? That would not excuse that is nothing. That's what people aren't understanding, I guess. I'm blabbing too, but I don't really care because I want to make that very clear. Like the things that they're picking apart don't matter. Like so say if Gypsy has eyes like that girl, okay, what did Didi do that justified that because of the eyes? Like the thin eyebrows that she's gonna bring up soon. What the fuck does thin eyebrows got to do with anything?
She said Gypsy has been saying her mom was using her. I really just want people to understand.
They don't.
That she said she was being abused.
Because she was.
That she truly had. That's in her mental records today.
But you're not even looking at them.
Oh, what? That's everything.
Oh, they make me sick. They're so kind of fun.
Okay, so I couldn't shake.
Okay, you couldn't shake.
I'm a very logical person.
No, you're not. A logical person.
Tend to kind of stay on it until it makes sense because it's kind of like a math. Things have to make sense and kind of leave something alone that doesn't make sense.
No, the eyebrows can be a thing from the chromosome disorder.
I need to understand why I was such a different. But when her name is
Oh no shit! You think she was just going around acting like an asshole to everybody?
to understand that at the end we're going to show this screenshot of Gypsy speaking about her mom on Mother's Day in 2014. She said in this post that my mom is
Exactly, right? That's the other thing. I've seen so many messages that Christy sent me that's from Gypsy, Dee, very rarely from Gypsy. Dee always typed in capital letters. I mean, in caps, always. And you can see it in her on Facebook too. And it'll say Dee, and you'll see some lowercase, and the ones that are in regular letters will say Gypsy at the end. Dee definitely wrote this. You see, they don't know shit. They don't look into.
Okay, I'm sorry, I don't believe that. So Gypsy had a lot of fake Facebook accounts back in the day, and then there were accounts that she shared with her mother. And Bree is trying to say that Gypsy's mom would post for her, which is a possibility, pretending to be Gypsy. But this whole capital letter thing is bullshit. Because when Gypsy wrote, "The bitch is dead and I slashed her fat ass and raped her daughter," that was all in capital letters. I'm just saying. Yeah.
Okay, so here's my question. Sorry. Why didn't they use the genetic study, this test they did on her during the
What do you
trial?
mean?
Because it would have been an argument against the Munchausen,
Okay.
correct?
But there was not a trial. Gypsy didn't have a trial. She took a plea deal.
Ah, okay.
Yes, very important. Yes, she took a plea deal. Yep. It would be interesting if she had gone to trial, how that stuff would have played out.
Well, can't the Nicholas family sue her then? And it would have to come up.
He's under appeal. You know, he's trying to appeal his thing. And he,
So it might happen then.
Yeah, but you know how these fucking plea deals work, right? I mean, not plea deals, sorry, appeals. Unfortunately, it's really hard to get one. I think this is his second appeal, and then he's been denied in the state of Wisconsin or Missouri. I don't know, because the crime happened in Missouri. So now it's in federal court. Supreme Court? One of those. Things would have gone much differently had the case gone to trial. I think so too.
And from what you've said in the past, he's still like trying to protect her, correct? Even though he's in jail, or has he changed his mind?
I don't know. I think that he's understanding more about how she used and abused him, especially now that she's out here, you know, strutting her stuff in fucking Los Angeles.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's a couple. There's a page that I don't know who it is, but they post for him. And hold on. I'm going to get this clip. So Nick had a trial, right? He went to trial. He didn't want to take a plea deal. I still don't understand why he didn't take the plea deal. He would have got a lesser sentence, but he did not want to. So Gypsy testified at his trial, and this is some of it.
Section of the store.
And was she aware of any of this?
No, sir.
At some point, you decided to kill your mother. Is that correct?
Yes.
When was that?
Thoughts of it started a year prior to the murder actually happening.
Whose idea was it to kill your mother?
Mine.
Why did you want to kill your mother?
Because I wanted to be free of her hold on me.
Did you and Nick ever talk about this?
Yes.
Who initially brought up killing your mother?
I did.
Why not just tell somebody rather than kill your mother? Why was that not an option?
I truly didn't believe that nobody would believe me if I told anyone. My mother had legal documents in place saying that I was incompetent, and I thought that meant that if I went to anyone, the police, or told anyone, she would just have them convinced that I was making everything up.
At some point after you initially considered killing your mother, did you ever change your mind?
Yes.
Do you know when that was?
About 2 weeks before it happened.
Why did you change your mind and decide not to kill her?
I started having doubts, second thoughts.
Did you ever then change your mind back to the initial decision to kill her?
Yes.
Why did you change your mind back to killing her?
My mother and I got into an argument 2 days prior to the murder occurring. And Nick asked me, are we still doing this? Am I still, coming there to do this? Yes or no? And I said yes.
Who talked you into killing your mother?
I did. I talked him into it.
During the time you and Nick were together, did you ever engage in fantasies or role playing or anything like that?
Yes.
Did you have names?
Yes.
Tell us.
So there's one of them. Let me get the other one.
Yeah, like I said, she's admitting that not only she was the mastermind, she's also manipulative. And
Right. So how people don't see that, I don't get it. Like she said it plain, it's plain and simple.
it sounds like that guy had a bad lawyer too.
Yeah, I
If
think he
he
did.
allowed him to.
A lot of
If he had
people
a
think,
plea deal, yeah.
yeah, and a lot of people think that he had a public defender. A lot of people think that he was working against him. There's so much evidence out there that they haven't even put out. They didn't even put it out during his trial of her doing instructional videos telling him that she was into gore and blood and all kinds of stuff. I
Oh
don't
yeah,
know
you
why they
read the
wouldn't
text thread
present that.
with the Minnie Mouse tape and all that stuff.
Oh God.
I mean,
Yeah.
she obviously she set everything up.
Yeah, and it's all in the text messages too. It's right there. So this is
Yes.
When was that? Was there a time between when you first were put in a wheelchair and June of 2015 that you figured out that you really didn't need to be in a wheelchair?
Yes.
When was that?
I always knew that I didn't need the wheelchair
And how did you know that?
because I could walk.
Did you and your mother obtain any kind of advantage by you being in a wheelchair?
Yes, sir.
What kind of advantage did you obtain?
Financial, attention, charity.
Financially mean money.
Yes, sir.
Did you obtain money as a result of you being in a wheelchair?
Yes, sir.
How did that work out? How did that happen?
Judge, I'm going to object to the relevance of that. There's been no connection that the defendant knew any of this.
Well, I'm assuming, Mr. Perry, you're going to tie this up.
Well, right now. Did you and Nick ever talk about the fact that you didn't need to be in a wheelchair?
Yes.
Did you ever talk to him about why you were required to be in a wheelchair?
Yes.
I'll overrule the objection.
Could you tell the jury why it is that you obtained money as a result of being in a wheelchair?
Because people felt sorry for me.
And
So to answer your question in the chat, yeah, Gypsy was being investigated for fraud when this all first came out. It was not Munchausen by proxy until her defense team came up with it. That's when it turned into Munchausen.
they would do what?
And Judge, I'm just going to object to general relevance at this point.
I'll allow it for the time being. You may answer, ma'am.
What was the question again? I'm sorry.
I asked you why you obtained an advantage for being in a wheelchair. You said people gave you money. And I think my next question is, why did they give you money?
Because they felt sorry for me. They believed the lie. They believed the fraud.
When did you tell Nick about the wheelchair? That you being in a wheelchair?
I think maybe a month or so after we met.
When did you tell Nick that you didn't need to be in a wheelchair?
A year into our relationship.
So if your relationship began in October of 2012, it would have been sometime in 2013 that you first told him that you really didn't need to be in a wheelchair.
That is correct.
Were you ill during this period of time?
No, sir.
Did you ever tell Nick that you were ill or that you had illnesses?
I told him that I had illnesses, yes, sir.
Did you ever tell him that you really weren't ill?
Yes, sir.
When did you tell him you really weren't ill?
The same time that I told him that I didn't need to be in the wheelchair.
What illnesses did you believe you had?
Cancer, muscular dystrophy. I needed glasses. I needed hearing aids. Seizure disorder. And I can't remember what else.
And when did you figure out that you weren't actually sick?
I started to piece things together when I was about 19 years old. Then I didn't understand the full extent of how healthy I was until after I got arrested.
That's kind of a
So even
leading
at the time,
question.
even as of June of 2015, you still believed you had some of the illnesses?
Yes, sir.
Did you ever
They
run
shouldn't
away?
have let him
Yes,
ask
sir.
that.
When did you?
What?
That was kind of a leading question. They shouldn't have let him ask
Which one? Which question was it?
that. When did you start knowing that you didn't need to? When she's like, oh, I started piecing it around. Like, no, she obviously knew she didn't need it, and that the reason they were doing it was to commit the fraud.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not Munchausen. No, she might not have known when she was younger.
Mm-hmm.
No, I think she didn't.
When she was younger. Well, obviously
she'd have
not
to
when
stay
you're
up.
like 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Probably not, but you probably pick up on it by at least 13.
Yeah, well, I mean, I would have said like when you're 8, the mom's gonna be okay. Get in the wheelchair and pretend. It's not gonna be.
Right.
Yeah.
But she knew that being the sick child, playing the part, with her going in there with like stuffed animals and wearing poo slippers and little hats on your head when you're 19 years old, like, and pretending to be a child. It was
Well,
part of the act.
she said it herself. It was part of the fraud.
Yes,
So.
exactly. Mm-hmm.
And by run away, I mean from your mother.
Yes, sir.
When did you run away?
In the spring of 2011.
Did you tell Nick about that?
Yes, sir.
When did you tell Nick about that?
I don't remember the exact time.
Was it before your mother's murder?
Yes.
Did you ever consider running away after that? After you ran away in 2011?
Yes, but I knew that it would end badly.
What happened when you ran away? Tell us about running away in 2011.
It was in the middle of the night, and I packed a small bag of stuff, and my mother was asleep. So I left the house, and I met up with one of my friends.
And where did you go?
To first at Mercy Hospital in Springfield, and then to his house.
And at some point, did your mom figure out where you were?
Yes, sir.
And when was that?
4 hours later.
What happened when your mother figured out where you were?
She took me back home. She smashed my computer and my cell phone. She chained me to a bed for 2 weeks.
Did you ever tell Nick about all that?
Yes.
That's the only time you ran away?
Yes.
Did you receive any other physical abuse as a result of running away other than what you already told the jury?
Yes.
What other abuse?
Hitting, punching, starvation.
Bullshit.
Did you tell Nick everything that had happened between you and your mother during the course of your relationship with him?
Most, but not all.
All the stuff we've talked about is stuff you actually did tell him,
Yes.
and stuff he knew as of June of 2015.
Yes.
And when did you tell him these things? All at once or over a period of time?
Over a period of time.
Beginning at what point in the relationship?
He knew since day one that my mother never allowed me to date. But I don't remember exactly when I told him every single little detail that was going on in my home life.
But you did tell him everything you did tell him by the time of June of 2015.
Yes, sir.
I assume since you believed you to be sick, you met regularly with doctors.
Yes, sir.
Did you also meet with social workers? Or do you remember that?
No, sir, I don't remember.
Why didn't you tell your doctors that you didn't really think you needed to be in a wheelchair?
Judge, I'll object to the relevance of that. That's outside the scope of the knowledge that the defendant would have.
Mr. Perry?
Judge, I think it is relevant. It goes to, it really goes to why this whole thing happened. The fact that, and I'm glad to explain it, but I really don't know we should explain it on the record.
Yeah. Can we go back to the...
I'm going to allow it for the time being. Let's not get too far afield here, Mr. Perry. Do you need the question repeated, Ms.?
Yes, please.
If you'd repeat it, Mr.
I
Perry.
would be glad to. Why did you not tell doctors that you knew you could walk or you didn't believe yourself to be ill during the time that you were doing this?
I didn't think that anyone would believe me. I thought they would eventually tell my mom, and that would make my home life even worse for me. I feared her more than I feared anyone else.
Where's your father during this time?
Louisiana.
Did you ever talk to your father?
So there you go with that.
Mm-hmm.
Very interesting.
I don't know what to think about the grooming defense, though.
What do you mean? That
I
she
think Micah
groomed
mentioned that, like,
Nick?
she didn't know any better. That she was groomed to be a
Oh
scammer.
no,
Or whatever.
she fucking groomed him for
Yeah.
2 years.
That's what I said. She wasn't groomed to kill her mother, though. So
Right, exactly. And there are all kinds of cases with horrible child abuse, like the Turpins. They didn't murder their parents. You got to be a special kind of crazy to do that. And like her situation wasn't like dire. Her life was not in danger. She just wanted to go get the D. She wanted to go be a hoe. She wanted to run off with Dan. It wasn't, I'm scared of my mom.
wait,
She and
XOXO. She wants to have kids.
yes. Yes.
Is she fertile? Can she?
I guess we'll find out.
Oh my god, no.
I know, I hope not.
Well, I guess we're lucky that she likes that backdoor stuff. So
Yeah, maybe she'll stick with that. We'll see. I don't know. Such a terrifying. Oh yeah, her having kids. She couldn't even take care of a puppy. She gave it away. Role playing with Dan. Yes, she did. But according to Katie Joy, she says that Nick was the one who groomed Gypsy. Like a nut. These people are crazy.
well, I agree with Notorious Ash on that.
On which
that
part?
that he's not completely innocent, because you could see in those texts that you were reading that
Mm.
he's not just like, oh, like a dumbass doing everything that she says.
Do you think he would have ever killed anyone if he hadn't met Gypsy?
No, perhaps not. I doubt it.
Exactly. He was jerking it in the McDonald's for about 9 hours, though.
Yeah, I don't think he was unaware what he was doing was wrong. He was just like really desperate, just like a simp.
Well, for him, like, he was like so in love with her. He would have done anything for her, obviously, including murder. And it's sad because she was just using him the entire time. But, she was able to get him to do the ultimate thing because she told him in one of these videos, like, because, she would do these different personas. And one of them, she's telling him, I'll take the one card I have over you, which is Gypsy. So she would do things like that to fuck with him. Does that make sense?
Yeah, but I think because a lot of the conversation is missing, especially the Facebook stuff, right?
Yes, I would love
And I
to see
think I think
that.
the Facebook stuff might show that he was riling her up as well.
Possibly. It would be interesting to see. That's for sure. The perfect storm, I guess, with those two. You
Lyman
know,
Aid.
I know.
Amazing voice. It's
You either
very
love it
Gypsy
or you
Rose-ish,
hate it.
actually, her voice, the voice that
It's
she was
what?
doing. It's very Gypsy Rose-ish, the voice that she was doing.
Oh, her
Lyman Aid.
sexy voice. Lyman's sexy voice.
She's trying too hard to be a woo-woo voice, as they call it.
Lyman, fun fact, and this was absolutely great. So she used to do ASMR streams. But the way she talks is it's very sensual in a way. And she used to cam up and she had this big blue microphone, those big blue ones. And she took us on a little naughty camping trip one time with her ASMR. You remember that, Lyman? I am not a Chris Watts sympathizer. He's a horrible, horrible person. How dare you say that? I am not in any way a Chris Watts sympathizer. I'm offended by that, Lyman. She could have indeed her mom. Oh, that's what I was saying earlier. Yeah, her mom was like had gout and all these medical issues. She was diabetic. Like she was not in good condition. Take back calling me a Chris Watts sympathizer. I'm not okay with that. Not okay with that. I think he bought a lot of the balloon. Yes, for sure. I mean, like he wasn't involved in this. Like she's the one, in my opinion, that came up with BDSM. She was on Facebook liking like sadomasochism shit. Gypsy was a little freak. Okay. Have you seen her pics? Hold on, where is it? There's this one, this classic here. Little Miss
Pearl M,
Innocent.
Pearl M says that her mother would have passed away. Was her mother really sick too?
Was her mother really? Yes. Oh, and here's your proof of her date of birth there, Lyman. 1991. Okay. 1991.
I think the chat hates Lyman Aid, not.
Lyman has a lot of haters out there.
Yeah.
No, I don't hate you, but don't call me a Chris Watts sympathizer. I don't hate you at all. Lord have mercy.
So you said you're not going to watch the documentary or whatever it is, the special.
Oh no, no, sir. I will be watching the shit out of that. I want a lawyer. Nick said he was just itching down there. And the guy working at McDonald's said it looked like he was doing the motion. However, it really wasn't proven if that is what he was. Well, a lot of people think that he was watching videos of old Gyp Gyp while he was using the McDonald's Wi-Fi, scratching his balls for 9 hours, allegedly.
I thought she was talking about Nick Rekieta until I saw
No,
McDonald's.
that's to be debated too, though. He might have done that.
All these Nicholases pleasuring themselves.
Let's see. What else? What else? Oh, here. I'm going to play. So I haven't got to play this yet. This
Oh,
video.
no, Buttons. The one that's coming out, it might have been somebody in the chat that said they didn't want to watch it.
A lot of people have said they are not going to watch it, and I will give you guys the recap because I'm going to watch the fuck out of it. I can't wait. I'm excited.
Yeah, I was just telling people, just pirate it.
Yeah.
If you don't want to give them money or views.
Yeah. Okay, so let's start with Becca Scoops here. Kind of a long video. See if we can get through it.
Welcome to Becca Scoops. My partner is a veteran detective,
speed it
and
up.
I'm Becca, a former psychiatric RN. This is part 2 on our
Okay,
series
so
on
she's
Gypsy
a former
Rose Blanchard.
psychiatric RN, and what was the other one? An investigator, I think.
In this video, we will be investigating Gypsy's behavior post-prison, her deceptions, and her continued notoriety, along with the obscene reason she got that plea deal. We will also be revealing the reasons why we believe Gypsy will end up in trouble with the law in the future. What we found in this investigation was Gypsy's penchant for trolling people online. This points to a total lack of impulse control and her need for revenge. But before we get into that, let's take a look at Gypsy's deceptive behavior. We analyzed many of Gypsy's interviews and found she was being deceptive, especially when it comes to key facts about her crime. When Gypsy sat down with ABC's Deborah Roberts for an interview on January 6, 2024, Roberts asked Gypsy, why didn't she just get up and walk out of that wheelchair? You weren't sick, Roberts opined. We slowed down the clip to look at Gypsy's micro expressions and eye movement. These are the type of facial expressions law enforcement agency professionals look at when determining when someone is being truthful. Gypsy closes her eyes twice as she begins to answer why she couldn't just walk away, and she looks away. This indicates she is lying. According to former CIA officers in their book Spy the Lie, many people completely close their eyes when telling a lie. This is called eye blocking.
It's mental, it's emotional, it's physical. All these reasons combined together is what prevented me from just walking out of that situation.
Hold on, let me address Lyman in the chat here. But Starlight, didn't you have the mentality that Shanann Watts was to blame in some way for her and her babies? No. You're trying to talk about when I modded for Critical K, and look, that was a lot of craziness at the time, and I know in no way, shape, or form think that Shanann or those sweet babies deserved anything that they got. No. For a while there, did I think that maybe she was a little overbearing as a wife? Maybe, but that doesn't mean she deserved to be murdered or her children. So there you go.
As you'll see, this eye blocking is something Gypsy does time and time again when she's answering the tough questions. Gypsy reveals she believes she is no longer infamous, but has become purely famous. This means she believes the public sees her as worthy of fame.
Fame is not what I'm looking for. I always said I think I'm infamous, and then I came out famous, but that's not what I want. I want to be an influence for change.
But the truth is, she is infamous, not famous. Her notoriety is for murdering her own mother, not for anything else. Gypsy reveals her own narcissism, seeing herself as a famous person who is no longer and never probably was infamous in her own mind. Then she states she wants to be an influence for change. The truth is, she has no interest in doing anything for anyone else, and her own behavior post-prison has proven that. During her interview on The View, Gypsy is asked, "Some say you're using this situation for fame or to cash in. How do you respond to that criticism?" Here's that clip.
And there have been some who say you're now using sort of this situation for fame or to cash in. How would you respond to that criticism?
Well, I can tell you one thing. I'm a very private person, and I don't like the fame. But the one thing that I can do with it is some good. So I'm not in it for fame or fortune. My story is important to me. It happened to me. And I just want to be an advocate. I want to be somebody that can help others. That's seriously all that I want.
Then, at the end of her remarks, she says, "I'm not in it for fame or fortune. I just want to be an advocate. I want to be somebody that can help others. That's seriously all I want." When she says, quote, "That's seriously all I want," end quote, watch as she shakes her head no along with her shoulders. She is literally shaking her head and body no, meaning that's not all she wants. She does want fame and fortune. This is called non-congruent gestures. Law enforcement professionals look for this to determine the truthfulness of a statement. This is what those in law enforcement call non-congruent gestures. If you shrug your shoulders or shake your head while making a statement, your body may be subconsciously telling the truth while your mouth says the opposite. As Dr. Ellen Hendrickson, a clinical psychologist at Boston University Center for Anxiety and Related Disorders, points out, non-congruent gestures are movements in the body that don't match the words a person says, and the gestures are truth tellers. Gypsy also relates a story claiming her mother chained her up for 2 full weeks. We have determined this claim by Gypsy appears deceptive.
Well, I did try to run away, and I talk about this in the documentary. I talk about the first time that I tried to run away from home. Within 4 hours, I got as far as it's outside of town. And within 4 hours, she brought me back to the home, chained me to the bed, left me there for 2 weeks. 2 weeks without a lot of food, water. I had to urinate on myself or in a bucket. Actually, held the chain. So, I was in the mindset of, I'm so afraid of her. I'm so afraid that if I reach out for help another time, it would be worse for me.
You'll notice lots of eye blocking, lots of looking down, which indicates she is relating a story that most probably contains lies. Gypsy talks about being chained, claiming it was with a dog leash. However, the Blanchards never owned a large dog. Our investigation found at the time of Dee Dee's death, they owned no dog, only 2 cats. In 2015, it was reported a Greene County Sheriff's deputy took Gypsy Rose Blanchard's 2 cats, Boo Boo and Moo Moo, to the Humane Society after Gypsy's arrest and Dee Dee's death. A few pics of Dee Dee and Gypsy show a small dog. So how was she chained for over 2 weeks by a smallish dog leash? It started to be physical in 2011, Gypsy said, adding, "She would hit me with a coat hanger sometimes." Claiming coat hangers is an odd choice, since it was made famous by the real Mommy Dearest movie about actress Joan Crawford.
No wire hangers ever!
Gypsy goes on to explain what happened when she tried to run away. Quote, "She physically chained me to the bed and put chains on the doors," end quote. However, it was Gypsy who shot her mom 10 times with a BB gun in 2011. So this notion that Dee Dee was allegedly physically abusive and Gypsy was nonviolent herself is absurd. This video of the inside of the home was shot by Gypsy Rose to show Nicholas where her mom could be found in bed. It also shows the condition of the home. It was extremely cluttered. Dee Dee was reported to be a hoarder. Gypsy claims she was chained up for 2 weeks with handcuffs and a dog leash. She claims the leash was attached to her and attached to Dee Dee. So how was it chained to anything? The evidence showed no handcuffs or dog leash was ever found on the property, which was thoroughly searched and inventoried by the sheriff's department. According to sheriff's reports, a small pet carrier was found with bowls for water and food for the cats, but no sign that any dog ever lived there. Gypsy also admitted to being a good liar. She lies and admitted she has no remorse. While admitting to lying with no remorse, Gypsy claims it was Nick who came up with their master plan story to tell police. We find that really hard to believe. This ability to lie without any remorse or shame is also very common with career criminals. Research published in 2019 showed that those identifying as good liars are more of an honest indicator than lie detector tests themselves. This research's easy takeaway is that if someone admits to being a good liar, believe them and don't ever trust them.
Before, I could lie and think nothing of it. I could tell a million lies and really not feel any guilt about it.
Prison is where psychopaths hone their skills and where they learn to become career criminals. Gypsy's very, very good at interviews where she comes off as smooth as silk. Lastly, Gypsy admitted she had set up Nick to be her fall guy. Here, Gypsy admits she thought Nick would be in a hell of a lot of trouble if they got caught, much more than she ever would.
My mom didn't let us stay together. I thought that I would be in trouble, but I didn't think that it would be as much as Nick, never dreaming that for my part, I could potentially spend the rest of my life in prison.
Do you hear that part that gets me?
I thought that my mom didn't let us stay together. I thought that I would be in trouble, but I didn't think that it would be as much as Nick, never dreaming that for my part, I could potentially spend the rest of my life.
She thought she had set up the perfect plan where she was going to walk out of that interrogation room free as a bird. And instead she was a jailbird. So you're wrong, Lyman.
In prison.
There is absolutely no doubt about why Gypsy Rose did not have to spend the rest of her life in prison. When she was arrested in Wisconsin and taken back to Missouri, she was at the mercy of Greene County Prosecuting Attorney Dan Patterson. This is an elected position. Patterson was elected back in 2010, and like any elected official, this is a political position. Patterson was the guy who made the decisions about who to prosecute and what type of plea deals would be offered in cases, or if a plea deal would be offered at all. Approximately 1 year after Gypsy was arrested, news broke that she was offered a plea deal.
Entered a plea in Miss Blanchard's case. So the ultimate ending of the plea was Mr. Patterson reduced the charge to murder in the second degree. And ultimately, the agreement was for a 10-year sentence. Now, I think all of us involved are it's relief. At the very beginning of this, there was the question of the death penalty on the table, and just uncovering the things that we uncovered throughout this case. Obviously, the anxiety level continued to rise, knowing that she faced life without parole, and ultimately, the sentence that we agreed upon is a testament to the amount of abuse that we uncovered that her mother was heaping upon her.
According to the Springfield News Leader, Gypsy's attorney claimed he was, quote, able to uncover decades worth of abuse that Dee Dee Blanchard inflicted on Gypsy Blanchard as part of an elaborate fraud scheme, end quote. Note, no mention of Munchausen by proxy. Prosecutor Patterson told the news leader after Gypsy's plea deal was accepted, he believes he could have secured a first-degree murder conviction in the case, meaning Gypsy Blanchard would have to spend the rest of her life in prison. But he did not believe that was fair because of the abuse Gypsy Blanchard suffered at the hands of her mother. Notice again, there is nothing about Munchausen by proxy. Why? Because this was never verified by anyone. In fact, on the same day Gypsy got her plea deal, the sheriff stated the investigation was still ongoing. Not only that, but it was revealed that one of Gypsy Blanchard's attorneys told the news leader that the attorneys are looking at all possible defenses, including Munchausen by proxy. That's where this came into play. Munchausen by proxy was going to be a possible defense strategy if Gypsy went to trial. But as with many defense strategies, these are just possible theories, just rank speculation, and has nothing to do with the truth. It's just something shiny to confuse a jury. The real reason why Gypsy got that plea deal was all politics, plain and simple. Prosecutor Patterson was told the court of public opinion right after Gypsy's arrest was for the poor abused girl who appeared to be 12 years old in stature with a voice that sounded like a small child. Netizens rushed to her defense, not knowing all the facts. Hell, the cops admit they were still investigating. Patterson felt he would be blasted if he tried Gypsy for first-degree murder. If he wanted to keep his political position, he thought, he needed to keep his constituents happy. This is why Gypsy got that plea deal. In fact, detectives who worked closely on the case told us they were flabbergasted when Patterson announced he would be offering Gypsy a second-degree murder charge and only 10 years in prison. During Nicholas Godejohn's trial, Prosecutor Patterson told the jury about why Godejohn should be found guilty of first-degree murder. Quote, he wanted to be with her. That's why he killed Claudinia Blanchard. He wanted a sex slave. End quote. Nick was in love with Gypsy, and she was the one calling all the shots. Gypsy claiming it was Nick who introduced her to the BDSM role-playing was utterly false, as we pointed out in part 1 of this series. To this day, law enforcement who worked on the case remain extremely upset by Patterson's decision. They told us they had not finished investigating. At that time, Sheriff Jim Arnett said, quote, "It is the case that never seems to stop." He added, "There's always new information because it was so bizarre," end quote. As Nick Godejohn was facing first-degree murder charges, the sheriff admitted his investigation would be ongoing right up until the date the trial started. The detectives we spoke to, who worked closely on the case, pleaded with officials like Patterson to take Gypsy to trial and prosecute her for first-degree murder. They had a hunch she was being untruthful, and they always saw her as the main instigator of the crime, not Godejohn. Now, these hardworking detectives are saying, "We told you so," behind closed doors as they watch Gypsy's outlandish behavior since getting out of prison. Everyone can agree. Each of us has a private persona and a public one. What we do in public, how we conduct ourselves on social media or out on the town is always measured, and a tiny look into who we are privately. Gypsy has
All
baffled
right,
many
we
by
got Limonade up here again, starting her shit. What's up,
Hey,
Lyman?
I don't start shit. I
Oh, okay.
don't. I'm
All right.
here. I'm here to just talk and
Mm-hmm.
talk about the case.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so here's the thing. Why do you think that a little girl that was raised by a psychopath?
How do you know she was a psychopath?
Well, again, evidence,
Okay, tell me about how she's a
testimony
Okay, can you tell me about
from
testimony?
family members,
Where? Where did that
Okay,
happen?
okay, so
There's
her
no
own
testimony
father,
from
her own
there's
father,
no
her own, I'm talking
testimony.
about testifying to the fact that
No. Okay, that's different from
she
testimony.
actually tried to kill her stepmom.
Allegedly, there's no proof or any of that.
Allegedly. But
Yeah,
what
they
did she do to
also
her
hold
own
on, Lyman.
daughter?
Hold on, I'm gonna mute you for a second. The grandfather also said that they flushed Dee Dee's ashes down the toilet, which is a complete lie.
I
Lyman's an
mean,
expert, remember?
excuse me.
Obviously, I'm a psychopath
I
as
mean,
well.
where's the evidence in that? Can we see it being
Wi
flushed on the
You really
toilet?
want me to show you her ashes? Because I
Or are they
can.
lying? I don't know. But who gives a
Okay.
fuck? Good. Good
Just
riddance.
because
She's
it
down the
came out of
toilet.
the Petrie's mouth doesn't mean it's true. Dee Dee is not here to tell
And to
her
make my
story.
exit.
So they are open to make her out to be the most evil villain possible. Oh,
She's
she's gone
gone.
again.
She's gone.
What
She's gone.
what'd
Yeah.
she say before she left?
I couldn't hear.
Everyone's like, what's going
Uh,
on with her voice?
she's an expert, right? Because I'm a psychopath too. So
Did she call you a psychopath?
yeah, in the chat.
Oh, Lyman. You're one to be calling anyone a psychopath.
Alma
Good
reminded me
Lord.
I have to go wash my dishes. It's already 10, so I'm gonna get off.
Okay, go wash those dishes.
Thank you.
You
Bye.
get in the kitchen where you belong, Neo. Bye. All right, guys, I'm going to try to finish this video. If you haven't heard it yet, you should definitely check out Becca Scoops. She's got 2 videos. I think this is part 2. Can we get a wrench to block the incel troll? Which incel troll? Who's the incel troll? Am I missing it? Where is it? Is Prime in here? No, I'm just joking. That's the only incel troll I know of. I'm just kidding, Prime. I'm just kidding. How did she survive prison if she was snitching on inmates? I don't know. I have a feeling she was probably not very liked in prison. Can you imagine? I would love to talk to some of the inmates that had to deal with her.
her online antics. However, what is very revealing is Gypsy's lack of utter control. Gypsy is all
Is
over
Prime
TMZ.
in here?
In
Where
fact,
is
there are
he?
reports she is speed dialing TMZ and any and all other media gossip type media outlets. She is actively seeking out media attention
Hey,
ad nauseum
Alma.
and then complains if some of the coverage is negative. However, what we found to be quite appalling is Gypsy's astounding behavior online. She is spending a good amount of time trolling the internet, popping up on smaller to medium-sized social media accounts who are calling her out. These occurrences gave us valuable insight and to her maladaptive behavior patterns that prove she did not get rehabilitated in prison. We asked, if this is how she conducts herself in public, how is she in private? We must apologize in advance for the crass and disturbing nature of the following content. First, only a few weeks after she got out of prison, Gypsy turned up on a woman's small social media account who had called her out.
He was believed to be in hot water after speaking out against a skeptic who called Gypsy a master manipulator and basically implied that she was the mastermind behind her mother's demise, who knew exactly what she was doing all along. She wasn't as much the victim everyone made her out to be, according to Brittany. Brittany_Ike on TikTok claimed that Gypsy lived nearby, and the thought of running into Gypsy scared her. After looking into Gypsy's case, Brittany felt that Gypsy manipulated her then boyfriend, Nicholas, into taking her mother, Dee Dee's life, knowing full well what she was doing. Brittany claimed that Gypsy took advantage of Nicholas Godjon, using him merely as a tool to eliminate her mother. Some others online have also subscribed to this narrative, pointing out inconsistencies they've noticed in Gypsy's story. At one point, Gypsy responded by calling out Brittany in the comments. In her response, she
we
gave
got
the area
we
she
got
lived in, and
Lyman. Lyman's back. All right, Lyman.
Hey.
Hey.
Okay,
Hey.
I'm trying. I'm trying here.
I
I'm
know. I
trying.
know. Why do you keep dropping?
I don't know.
Okay.
Honestly, I
Well.
don't. I'm not doing it on purpose at all. I promise. I promise. Okay, so why do you think that Gypsy would be the way that she is if her mom wasn't the way that she is?
Because she was raised as a spoiled, entitled little brat who knew how to fraud the system.
But how was she? Okay, show me an example how she was spoiled or a brat.
She got to do things that most children who live a normal life never get to do.
But how did she do
When
that?
she was arrested, she didn't even know how to make macaroni and cheese because her mother did everything for her.
Okay, but how did they afford such luxuries?
By frauding the medical system.
But whose idea was that?
Dee Dee's. I never said Dee Dee was not a fraud.
Okay, then why, again, because why do you think that Gypsy thought that she was sick? Did she make that up on her own or was that her mom?
She has testified in a court that she knew she wasn't sick.
Okay, but who was in control of her?
Who was in control of the narrative?
No, who was in control of Gypsy?
Of the narrative.
No, of Gypsy when she was a child.
Her mother.
Okay, and then who made her think that she was in that position or she was sick? Who?
Her mother.
Exactly. So who is the true villain here?
I'm not saying the
Gypsy?
mom didn't. Do you think that deserves murder? Do you think
if you were in a position,
murdered?
okay, no. Here's the thing: if you were in a position,
Answer
no,
my
no.
question.
Oh no, no.
Do you think that Dee Dee deserved to be murdered?
Okay, that's not a fair question
Yes,
unless
it
you.
is.
No, no,
I'm
no. Unless
asking.
you
She
pose
was
it
so
in the right
awful.
way. If you pose it in the right way, if you were in a position that you had nobody around you, you knew nobody, you
Like
had
the
no
Turpin?
family.
Like
No,
the Turpin
if you
children?
had no family, hold
Remember the
on.
Turpins?
Yes, but hold on. We're not talking about them because
Same.
they were,
That was even
well,
worse.
it was, but guess what? That was a
They
different
didn't murder them.
situation. It was a different situation. They had no contact with anybody.
No, they barely knew how to talk. And
Okay,
she was able
so
to get out of the window and get help for her family.
barely, barely,
Okay, yeah.
barely,
Yeah.
barely, because they had a little Barbie video and
Yep.
a phone, and then they just crawled out of a window, and all of this is so fucked up.
It
Okay,
is.
but what I'm saying is that Gypsy had no other siblings. She was alone. Okay, she was in a
She was,
wheelchair.
you know how many people she was talking to online? Are you telling me? And they had CPS come to their house. Why didn't she stand up and tell someone she was in danger? She snuck out of her house
Her
many
mom would drug her. Her
during the night.
mom would drug her.
Where's
Her
the proof?
mom.
Where's the proof? All you have
Oh
is
my
just
God, the
words.
whole fucking
She's a
closet,
liar.
the whole closet that she had
Lyman, listen to me.
full.
Listen,
She
listen,
was, she took,
listen, listen, real quick.
What?
I have gone over that medicine closet with a fine-tooth comb, and
Mhm.
everything that's in there is either prescribed to Dee Dee, or it's a fucking bunch of inhalers for asthma, or it's mouthwash for having this prescription mouthwash. There's everything else is over-the-counter medication.
Okay, but again, she stole prescription pads. Dee Dee did that.
Where?
If it
Where's
was
the proof?
prescribed,
Why have they
oh
never
my
showed that?
God.
Why have they
If
never
she,
showed
oh
the
my
proof?
God, do you know she went to prison or she went to jail
Not for
because she,
stealing that. That was
excuse
for
me,
those
yeah,
were for writing bad checks when they still
exactly.
lived in Louisiana. Bad
She is
checks
a thief.
and stealing prescription pads. Maybe they were fucking dealing drugs. Who knows?
Not Gypsy though. Like Gypsy was made to
Was an
believe.
adult.
No,
You
no,
know
but
how
so,
old
she didn't
she
even know.
is?
She didn't even know how old she was. She
Yes, she
literally, she
did.
had her
Again,
salivary
here,
glands taken
no.
out.
Read this. This is what she had on her. She very well knew how old she was.
No, she did not.
Read it.
Okay, at a certain point, but her mom made her believe that she was younger than what she was. She couldn't even talk to her
She
dad.
has admitted she knew how old she was when
When?
she was
Show me the
caught with
proof.
Dan. Well, I'd have to find the clip. When she was caught with Dan, she knew her age, and her
She
mom
didn't know
came
her.
in there.
She,
Yes, she
she,
did. Her mother
no.
came in there and made a stink telling Dan that he was messing with an underage girl, and Gypsy told him her actual age. She had her identification on her with 1991
Okay,
as
well,
the birth date.
again, her mom was fucking crazy and would
Oh
not
my
leave
God,
her
Isaac.
alone.
Look
Would not
at
leave her
Isaac's
alone. What the
his
hell?
picture.
What are you supposed to
Sorry.
do with a mom like
What?
that?
Sorry.
What are you supposed to do with a
You
mom like
you
that?
know what you do is
What?
if you're wanting to be with this guy, Nicholas Godejohn, you walk out of the door, you go to the Greyhound bus station, you run away and never come back.
Okay,
You
but
don't murder your mom.
what if you're
You know how
conditioned?
bad Dee Dee
What if
felt?
you're conditioned? What if you're conditioned to feel like you can't? What about
Do you
that?
know that Gypsy picked
Starlight?
up a BB gun and pulled the
I
trigger
don't
as
give two
many
fucks about
times
that.
as she could?
You know what her
Of
mom
course you
has done to
don't.
her?
Her mom was sick at the end. Gypsy hadn't seen
Oh
a
my God,
doctor
of
since
course.
2012.
No, but you know what? The reason why her mom hung on to her fucking
You're telling me that she
type
couldn't
2
get her ass.
diabetes
Hold on.
diagnosis,
No, she had all kinds of
I
shit.
hope that
Are you
like,
telling me?
honestly,
Hold
she
on.
should
Are
have
you
just let
telling
her.
me? Are you telling me she couldn't get out of her fucking ass, walk out the fucking door, and just be done? That
Okay,
wasn't an option.
okay, Starlet, let me ask you a question. If
She had
you
already been
had no
stealing money from her.
family, no, if you had no family,
You know
you
she
had
talked to her
nobody around
family.
her, she couldn't even talk to her dad. Let me ask you a question.
Yeah, she could. There was
If you,
communication with her
no,
dad. There was proof.
there was
You
no
want me to show the proof
communication.
of that too?
Oh,
Fuck.
please. Like, bring it because
I've seen it.
it's probably like not
You
real.
haven't done your homework,
Yes, I
okay? So don't.
have. Girl,
No,
like
you
I
haven't.
have. You
Have
know
you
me.
seen the medical documents? Have you gone through the case file?
Have you?
Yes,
What case file? Of
the
what?
Greene
Like,
County case file.
of what particularly?
From Gypsy, about
What about
evidence.
Gypsy? Like what? Like what evidence are you talking about? Like what are we talking about? Like are we talking about from when she was a baby and
I'm
raised?
talking about after she killed her
Okay,
mother.
and like again, Starlight, I'm going to ask you really quick. If you were in this position where you were
I
raised by a
wouldn't murder my mom. I
psychopath,
would fucking leave in the middle of the night and never look
and then
back.
what if
That's what I
she
would do.
kept coming for you and wouldn't let you
She
have a
did it. How would
life?
she find her? How would she find her
What?
if she got on a
Because
Greyhound bus?
she had no other way. She was so
She had already
innocent.
tried several
No,
times.
of course. I mean, who wouldn't? But what would you do if you were literally Munchausen by
I would walk
proxy?
out the door and get on
I
the
bet you
Greyhound
would
bus
because
and
you
not
had a
look
mom and
back.
dad who did not
She's not a
medically
victim of
abuse you.
Munchausen by
Yes,
proxy.
she is.
No, she's not.
Then why?
Get mad about it.
No. Let me ask you a question. Why do you think she's not? Does she want to be in a wheelchair? Does she want to have all this medication?
That's not Munchausen by proxy. Munchausen by proxy is when you physically make your child sick.
And that's what she was doing. So
no,
again,
she wasn't. How did she make her sick?
What
Was she
the
doing
hell?
chemo treatments? Was she having
Yes, she
organs
did.
removed?
She
No,
did.
she did.
Yes, she did.
She had
Yes,
chemo
she
treatment.
did.
Oh my
Yes.
God, you know
Are you kidding? That's why she didn't have
nothing.
any hair, Starlight.
Okay,
She
did you
was
guys hear that
she
in the
was
chat?
made to believe that she had fucking cancer. Are you
No,
kidding me?
I said she didn't have chemo treatment.
Excuse me?
She never had
Oh my God. You know what? When she
chemo
was a baby,
treatment.
when she was
Oh
a
my
baby,
God, you're
Starlight.
insane.
No. When she was a baby, guess what? Her mom was like, she can't breathe when she's
She
sleeping.
had sleep apnea. You're
She has
right.
sleep apnea.
It's in
3 months
the
old.
record.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
I mean, it started
that's
then.
probably really scary.
No,
If
she
your
didn't
child
have
has
sleep
sleep apnea.
apnea.
How do you know? Have you seen the medical records?
What baby has
Do you
sleep
even know about?
apnea?
Do you know about her chromosome disorder?
She doesn't have does she have a chromosome?
Oh my God,
Oh
yes,
my
she does.
God.
It's
Oh
in
my
the
God. Then
medical
tell
records.
me.
Gypsy's admitted herself. Here, let's fucking bring
Okay,
back
then
up the
show me.
chromosome.
Because
All
I
right,
have a
hold on.
son that
Hold
has a
on. Stay
micro
right here.
deletion. I have a son that
Really?
has a micro deletion. So tell me
Which
which
one?
micro
Okay, let me bring
deletion.
it back up because I closed the window. Let me go get
Okay.
it. All right, hold on. Here it is. It's the 1Q21.1 micro deletion. So hold on. Let me pull it up.
Which chromosome though?
Hold on. All right, are you ready? This is the whole information on the deletion that is in her medical files, and Gypsy has confirmed herself that she has this micro deletion. Here's the face of it. Okay? Who's that look like?
Oh, well, okay, whatever. Go.
Okay. You want me to read the entire pamphlet?
You don't need to.
All right,
But
here,
what is
I'm gonna go
this?
down
Like,
here. Hold on. Let's go down here to where it says most likely features: small head, increased possible of mild or moderate development delay, slightly unusual facial features, increased possibility of behavioral or mental health problems, heart problems, loose joint or double jointedness, other features, seizures, disturbances in the lens of the eye, increased risk of other inborn anomalies. And
mm-hmm.
then it goes into all kinds of detail about each thing I just said. Sleep apnea being one of those.
Well,
Everything that she was treated for or tested for is in the micro deletion.
Oh, good Lord, no.
Well, you should know you have a child with a micro deletion.
Not that one.
Not that one. No, there's probably a million different kinds.
That's not her.
No, this is in the pamphlet. Look, hold on. Look, it looks just
Oh,
like her, doesn't it?
It literally
Gotcha.
Is it storming where you are? Because it is storming.
No.
Oh shit! It's
It
just
rained really
lightning.
bad this morning. Electricity went off, but it hasn't been
It's just
scary.
lightning just struck right
Yeah,
now.
just a thunderstorm.
I love it.
I do.
1Q 21.1 micro deletions. Nah. I mean,
No, are you
it does
saying
look
no?
like, I'm just saying, it does kind of look like her, but no.
It's in medical file, and she admitted that she has the micro
She just thought,
deletion.
let me see her chromosomal chart,
What?
okay?
You wanna
Let me
see?
see her deletion. Let me see that.
What
But
do you mean?
anyways,
In the medical files?
yes, I want to see her micro deletion. I want to see the chromosomal chart where you can literally see the little bit
That she
of,
has it, but it can't. Gypsy has said it herself.
well, it doesn't matter. She's been conditioned. But what I'm
This
saying,
is fact. You can't make this up.
no, listen.
You
I'm just
even know that you're like, fuck.
no, but
That
like it
looks
does
just like her.
stop. But there is no way that her mom would have known that when she was a little baby. Okay,
How
like
could she
stop.
not? It was obvious she looked like a little possum. She did. You know she did. Her eyes were going two different directions. They were, and they still do. So
Hey,
all those eye
stop it.
surgeries, I'm just saying, all
It's her
those eye
mom's fault.
surgeries. Look,
It's her
all the
mom's
eye
fault.
surgeries that she had, they were needed. The
No,
tubes in
they
her
were
ears.
not. Look at her eyes. They don't go in the right direction. God bless.
Don't
Okay.
make me show baby pictures of her eyes, because I will. I will fucking prove
She
it.
was a cute baby. She knew
Was
her
a little
phalanges.
yeah,
She
with
knew her
your
phalanges. She
findallies,
knew, you know
your
that little thing, no?
findallies in your
So the video,
cranium.
yes, all that stuff, like all that. She's like,
And then she turned out to be like
hey,
this.
hey, hey, hey.
Hi, honey. I'm doing He's eating a brownie. But later he will be eating me.
Oh,
Let
Gyp.
Gypsy be happy.
I will
Let
not
her be happy.
stop.
Like, I mean, could you like? Would you like to be with a guy like Ryan?
Look, if I had no,
I mean, come on now. Can we be real about that? Like, can we be real about that? Can we be real about that?
no, I would have never
Okay.
married him.
Jesus. I mean, and he's a special needs teacher. It's like, could
He
you
did
just
a
be
fridge.
happy?
You know, she called him a food hoarder, right?
I
He
saw
did
that.
a fridge tour. Did you see the fridge
First,
tour?
yes, yes. He's like, hi guys. Like, I just want to show you my fridge. And it's like this is not, it's just a couple days old. I'm like, dude, it's okay. Just live your life.
Look, he's
Let her
coping. He's
He's
coping.
coping.
He's
He's coping.
dealing.
He
Yeah.
has a dog.
He's
You
right.
know,
He couldn't even take care of a puppy.
oh, but I'm like, let her live her life. Just like, let her
I
just do
would
her
listen, I would
thing.
be all for Gypsy living her best life if she would get off her fucking wannabe celebrity pedestal and go do normal shit.
But I mean, if you were in her position though, if think about it, I mean, wouldn't you kind of maybe be like, okay, I mean, I dealt with this life. I was in prison. Like, why wouldn't
Mhm.
I kind of make money off of this and try to do the best I can?
I think that's awful. Like, what if Casey Anthony came out here and
Okay,
started a
first of all,
TikTok?
Casey Anthony killed her baby.
Right, but in the
Killed
court
her
of law, look,
baby.
I hate Casey Anthony with a passion.
Oh, for
But if we're
fuck's
gonna be
sake.
like technical, she was found not guilty.
Mm.
So doesn't she? What would we do as a
She
society?
was living at home with
Casey
her
Anthony's
parents.
crazy ass
She was
got
living at
on here.
home with her
Okay,
parents.
I know,
Her
but what if?
parents
Hold
were
on.
giving her.
I know. I hate her. I hate her. We agree on that. But what if she made a TikTok and was up here doing this shit?
Oh, well, fuck, that would never. That would never.
Exactly.
Because
So
she
why is
killed her
it okay for
baby. She killed a baby.
Gypsy murdered her mother?
Well, her mom was a fucking type 2 diabetic that is a
So she just like,
Munchausen
if you've got
bit
type
by
2
proxy.
diabetes, watch
No, she
out.
was like, "Oh, take me." I'll be like, if I was Gypsy, I'd be like, okay. I mean, let
That
the
stupid
type
bitch.
2 diabetes take her, and eventually she would have died
She should
because
have
she
waited
was.
then. I guess she should have
I
been
mean,
patient.
it could have taken forever, but God, that would have been terrible because she'd be like, Gypsy, I need
Yeah,
you.
see, the tables were turned. The
Oh, I
tables
need.
were turned,
But
and she
Gypsy didn't
couldn't.
need her. But
Right, so why not leave? Why not just fucking leave?
because she couldn't, she wasn't, she was groomed and she was raised to believe that her mom was everything and that she could not do anything without her mom. Her mom was a mastermind.
So what about like this comparison? I hear it a lot. The Menendez brothers, right? Their parents were allegedly abusing them. The dad was doing horrible shit. So should
Hmm.
we let them out of prison and let them go live their best life?
I would, okay. So that, okay, you keep putting it in different directions.
I'm
First,
sorry.
Casey, like killing her baby, and now the Menendez brothers who were, you know, molested, by their dad and stuff like that. And there's actually people in the music industry that have been molested by their dad and stuff like that. And so you want to go in that direction? Like, what direction are we going,
There's so many
Darlie?
directions. There's a lot of dynamics to this.
I would say that two brothers both dealt with the same things and they had the same kind of mentality. I mean, sometimes in certain situations, and I'm not saying murder is great, okay? But sometimes I feel like in certain situations there are victims that feel like they have no other choice
Mm-hmm.
other than doing that to actually
Right.
get out of that prison that they're in.
Mm-hmm.
But then they end up in another prison. But that is what's so sad about it because of the abuse and the terrible things that they deal with. So I can't say that I understand where they're coming from in that aspect because I've never been in that position, but I can only guess what would make them go to that point where they felt so stuck or so
Okay, so
afraid.
let's go with what you're saying, okay? And
Okay.
I'm gonna pretend that I'm agree with everything you're saying and that Dee Dee deserved it and blah blah blah. Does that still justify Gypsy going out here and making a killing off of her murder?
Oh wow, the pun. The pun. I don't think she's making a killing off of her murder, of
Oh,
her
you
mom's murder. No.
really,
I think she's
really?
she's making she's making money off of her life
No. She's
and
all
what
why is she
she's
famous or why is she infamous? Because she killed her mom.
no, because first of all, of everything she went through and then what happened and what transpired and what brought that situation to occur. Now, Nicholas Godejohn, okay? He was a very troubled individual. And I fault his parents so much for allowing him to be the way he is and not get him the help that he needed. And now he also has multiple personalities,
I
him
don't
and
believe that he has
Gypsy.
multiple personalities.
Why? Why? What?
I
The
think
proof's
that
not there?
look, I look, autism is a spectrum. You can be, whatever. He's autistic,
My
but he's
son has
also
autism.
I know that doesn't mean like you can be extremely brilliant, okay? It's a spectrum.
He's not. I'll tell you that. And like Nicholas Godejohn is not brilliant,
That's
number
what I'm
one.
saying. Like there's a spectrum.
But
Nicholas
he
is not
actually
on the
said
he's
he
not on the high
has,
end of the spectrum. He is very low functioning. He's basically a slow adult.
but he's not so slow that he can't have a job and he can't get on the internet and he can't talk to a girl for years and then have an alternate personality and tell her about that alternate personality and then make her kind of start acting like that on
She was already
calls.
doing this role play shit with Dan.
Okay, first, okay.
Do you even
Well,
know who Dan is?
yes, but okay, yes. First of all, her mom would take them to those conventions, and I'm like, why the hell were they going
Yeah.
to those conventions to in the first place? Like, what
Yeah.
was the mom's like? What was she doing with that?
I
Was it
think it
because
was
she wanted
attention
money?
and I think
Yeah,
it was for attention and fun. Like you have to admit she did like have fun times with her mother.
I don't know. I mean, what?
Disney World, they went like every other year for weeks at a
Because
time.
because of because she made
The
people believe that
convention.
Gypsy was sick.
Have you
And
listened to Gypsy's interrogation? Before the interrogation begins, and she's in the little room with her fishy pillow, and there's an officer standing outside the door, and she has a conversation with him for well over an hour, talking about every wonderful thing that she's ever done. And it was a
mhm.
long list. It was a long list.
Well, I mean, I get that, but you have to understand that this is classic Munchausen by proxy kind of a
No.
situation.
And how come she never once ever told, even when she knew her mom was dead and she was being interrogated for the murder of her mom, why didn't she ever say anything about being abused?
Again, this is classic behavior from an abuse victim where they have been.
Why, if your life is on the line and this cop is telling you you're done, you're lying, we have the proof, not once does she say anything horrible that her mom ever did to her.
Well, first of all, remember how she always had to watch Disney videos and
They
fairy
were not just
tales?
watching Disney, but yeah.
Okay, but really though, what else did they
Right.
watch?
She had all kinds of box sets. No,
Telenovelas.
what was it? True Blood.
They True Blood.
Yes, and they would watch.
No.
Yes, and they would also watch. What is the name of that fucking stupid vampire shit?
Don't say Supernatural, or do not say the other one. And I can't remember it right now because my cat's like, what is it? Oh my god, Vampire Diaries.
No, well, I
No.
think that she did watch that too. I was thinking of Twilight. That's what it is. Game of Thrones. That's another one that she loved. Game of Thrones. True Blood. Yep.
What? No, wait, no.
Yeah.
No, no,
She
no, no,
told
no, no,
Nick the
no.
first movie she wanted to watch with him was 50 Shades of Grey. Twilight, yes.
50 Shades of Grey. First of all, 50 Shades of Grey was not even out.
Yes, it was.
No,
All
it
right,
was
listen, hold
barely
on.
out when her mom was murdered. Come on now.
Hold on.
Nah,
No,
it was not.
that was.
No, it was not.
Hold
I
on.
know that for
Shades
a fact.
of Grey.
The first one.
February 13th, 2015. She was murdered in June of 2015.
Okay, so how would she have been able to watch that in the movie theaters? Didn't
Good
happen.
question.
Thank
I don't,
you.
yeah, good question. She
See,
did. I think it
she
was
didn't
already
watch
out on
it.
DVD
It
though, or
was
something.
not back then. We all know that. It was not quite. It may have been on Apple, maybe, but she had to have an Apple account or
What?
something.
She had a couple accounts, who knows?
Oh, well,
Uh,
wait, please. Okay, let's be
she did.
real.
She had at least 10 Facebook accounts.
Well, she had to keep trying when she pulled away her mom's computer when she was not around. Okay. Like everyone, let Gypsy just be. The more that we feed
I'm
into
not gonna
it,
let her be. I'm not done.
then you know what you're gonna do? You're gonna
What?
create somebody that's actually gonna do something terrible. Because she's not, okay? Like she was trying to get away from her crazy psychopathic mom, okay? Who was
What
making
she
her
could have
think
easily
that she
done.
was sick. She couldn't, because if it, let me, Starlight, we all know that you're close with your family and they help you. What if you, just one parent, had control of you and you had no idea what the hell was happening? And they made you believe that, no, this is how it is. And if you don't do this, then everything will go away. But I'm in control of you. Like, what would you do? I mean, think about that.
If I had someone who was willing to give me a place to stay and a way to run away, that's what I would do.
But if you did not have the social, kind of
Well,
ability, like you've been in school, she was not in school. She did not have relationships. She did not have,
he did online.
okay, but no, but think about that. Starlight,
Tell me why
you know how
CPS.
fucked up. No, think about this, Starlight. You
How
know
come
how fucked
CPS
up.
can show up at her house and she doesn't tell him?
Because first of all,
By the
number
way, she was
one,
18. She was 18 when they showed up, so she was an adult.
okay, but again, if this is the person that has been your parent and you really have no free access like you want to, and again, she hasn't been to school. You
Okay.
were in school. You were around people. Hold on. She didn't have that. She got to be around people if it was okay, if her mom allowed it, if
Yeah.
everything was okay.
Her mom was super overprotective.
Yes. Okay. So she was a control freak to
Mhm.
the nth degree.
Yes.
Literally with Gypsy's health as well. That's why her teeth are missing. She had so many surgeries she did not have to have because her
What
mom
surgery?
loved getting her salivary glands taken out. What the hell
Okay.
is that for?
Because
She
was
has
drooling. She had
well,
excessive drool.
no, because now she has to have this like when she talks,
Yeah,
it's sad.
lizard tongue.
It's sad. It's like this is what she has to deal with because of her mom. If
I
that's
mean,
not,
maybe she's
come
got
on
too much
now.
shit still. I don't know.
No,
But
it
what
was
other
uncalled for.
surgeries? Tell me about her other surgeries. Was there any
I
more?
mean, how many things did she have? What was she in the hospital for?
Usually sleep tests. What else? Her dental
She
work,
had her
her eye
teeth taken
work.
out. You know why? You know why she had
Because they
to?
were
Not only
rotting out of
because of
her
the
skull because she
no,
was
because
brushing them, and she was sucking from a baby bottle until she was 23.
no, she wasn't. Okay, first of all, that's a
He
goddamn
told
lie.
Nick in the text messages
Oh my god.
that
This is
she still
ridiculous.
sucks Pediasure from a baby bottle. She said it.
Well, probably maybe it was one of their little, I don't know, role playing weird things. Okay. I'm a baby. Take care of me. Like kind of
Yes.
thing.
Ew.
It's gross. It's like all of this is gross. What I'm trying to say is that I want Gypsy to just kind of live a life. And it was really fucked up what happened and what her mom did to her. And
Yeah.
honestly, I'm not like she's gone. Okay. Let it be. Now, do I think that Nicholas Godejohn should be in prison for the rest of his life? No. I think that that's wrong. I think that that is where the conversations should start with that. But with Gypsy, I think that she was raised in a way that it was terrible and it was Munchausen by proxy, 100%. And
Conspiracy.
it's not a conspiracy. It
No.
is 100% what?
Hey, no, saying hi. Conspiracy is in the chat. She's a really good channel.
Okay.
She's on TikTok.
I'm like,
We have
that is.
Miss Eliminade on the panel. No, it's not a conspiracy.
I'm like, that is definitely not a conspiracy. That's pretty there, it's pretty in our face. Anyways, but I'm glad that I got to be on here for that long. Sometimes my internet doesn't work so well. So anyways,
Yeah.
but I'm glad I got to talk about this with you, but
I know. I'm glad you came up. But I still stand by what I said.
I know. And the chat hates me because they're just
Don't
like,
hate
her voice. I'm like, this is my
how she
voice.
talks. This
Like,
is
can you just?
she always has.
I'm
I've known
just like,
Lyman for a
a
long
long time. And you talked about that
Take back
camping
what you
trip.
said. Yes,
That
I'll
camping
never
trip.
forget that. I laughed
I
my ass off that night.
I was like, we tried to do that.
Okay, but what was I saying? Fuck. Oh, take back what you said. Called me a
Oh,
Christian.
okay. First of all, what I know though is that you were
No, I
Critical
never
K.
sympathized. No, I modded for K. That doesn't mean I
Okay.
liked everything.
Okay. I take that back. You're not a Chris Watt sympathizer,
No, not at
okay?
all. He
But
is by
sometimes you're a
himself.
bit too rough on Shanann.
I don't
And
even
I'll say that.
speak on that case
I know, but
anymore.
that was a long time ago. But that was what I'm
Yeah.
saying. It's just that's why I
No,
kind of
I
feel like
never thought Shanann
okay,
ever deserved anything she got,
good,
especially
okay.
those
I
babies.
take that back. That was wrong. That
Thank
was
you.
wrong
I
of me
think
to
Chris Marcus is
say.
evil. I don't know what's wrong with that
He's
man.
oh well,
There's,
let him be. Like God, Barry.
but he's such a
Ugh.
liar. Like, why can't
God, he is
why
a
can't he just tell
complete
the truth?
liar. No, he can't. He can't. Never,
Mm-mm.
never, ever. But I'm sorry I said that. I just said that just because you were with Critical K.
I
I'm
know.
like,
That
ugh. And
that
then you're
guy
talking about the Munchausen by proxy here, and I'm like,
I'm gonna keep talking
wait.
about that fucking micro deletion, you lying asshole Gyp
Stop.
Gyp.
Hey, yeah, we have differing views on this, okay?
Look
But
at
I
that.
think
What do you think
what
about
hey, she was doing what she had to do.
Oh, please.
Listen? If you
Mm,
like, come on now. She was a grown woman. Like she was a woman, but she didn't feel like one, and her mom wouldn't let her be one. What are you
so
supposed to do?
God, there's so much stuff I could show you that
I
would
know all of those pictures. Okay.
No, I'm talking about like the video, like some of the evidence that hasn't been released, which one of them is a summation of a video that she made for Nicholas introducing her to like this side of her that liked blood and gore. And it's just, there's so much.
What are you
Yeah.
talking about there? What are you talking
Well, I
about?
have the
Where that?
video.
What?
I'll put the video in the chat.
Oh my god! What the video is on YouTube?
Yeah, I
Who
did a
is this?
video. I did a video on it where it's in the Greene County Sheriff's file.
You keep saying Greene County.
Because I've done my homework, Lyman.
Hey, I
Okay,
do it too, okay? But I'm just saying, what I'm saying is that
you need to read the case
need
file.
you need to be like, okay, this girl was fucked up by her mom
She was definitely fucked up.
completely. No, by her mom, Dee Dee Blanchard,
Her mom played a part in her
the
being fucked up.
psychopath.
Hmm.
Okay,
I don't
that
think she was a psychopath, but yeah,
oh, for the love of God, we are okay. We differ there. But this was good to talk tonight.
yeah,
Maybe we can talk another night about this, and
we
I'll do
sure.
some more research.
Please do your homework. I will
No, I
send
already
you links.
did.
I will send you links.
Okay.
You will see. You will have your eyes open. We're
Oh,
gonna convert Lyman
yeah.
over to this
Oh,
side.
please. Never. Never ever. Have a good night, girl.
Good night, Lyman. Thanks for coming out.
Thank you for having me. Bye.
Hey. All right, guys. That was something else. I appreciate her coming up and having a conversation. It's always, nice to hear people's other opinions. But man, I sure could prove all of that wrong. One day, one day. Trunk Monkey, where have you? I haven't seen you in a while. Obviously, you don't do your homework. You would know the stuff yeah, I know, but that's the thing. People don't know. That's why I'm not going to stop. I'm going to put all of it out there, and then nobody can have an excuse in saying that they don't know this, that, or the other because it's on the fucking internet, and I will comb through every piece of it until I get tired of doing it. Okay? I'm going to prove what I say. Hey, Susie. I'm about to end it. I thought it was a good debate, and I'd been wanting to talk to Lyman about it because I knew she had a different opinion. I was supposed to do a debate with with Evil Abe, but I don't know. His opinions on Gypsy might have changed. He might not be such a supporter anymore. Nicholas was used, and I feel kind of sorry for him, but I do think he is dangerous. You know what I will say that Lyman was better to debate than Logan, that Logan guy that came up on Morbids. He made me want to stick my head through the wall. I think the act is the culprit as to why people. Yes, You cannot go on the act. That is a fictional, dramatized version of half truths. Like this whole sugar thing, saying Gypsy had a sugar allergy is so fucking dumb. It did woke you right out of bed. I thought they were. I loved it though when I was debating Lyman, and as soon as I pulled up that micro deletion, it was like boom. You know, you can't say anything about that. That micro deletion is a key to so much of this. It's very important. I think everybody should put the word out on Gypsy having this micro deletion that proves, you know, she wasn't so abused. I will agree on the fact that Dee Dee did some pretty awful things, right? Like raising Gypsy the way that she did, psychologically fucking with her for sure. You know, shaving her head to make her think she had cancer. Like those are awful. They're inexcusable, but it's not a reason to murder someone and then profit off of the murder. That's all. That's all. I don't think Bree can. No, Bree cannot debate. Bree gets triggered. If you come in her chat and disagree with anything she says, she'll block your ass. She gonna block you right away. Logan sucks that the natural law vigilante was out there in his hillbilly camper. Stop it. That was so funny. Yes, involving her in a scam at a young age. Absolutely. Absolutely. I don't believe that. I'm sorry. I don't believe anything that that Claude Petrie. I don't believe anything that motherfucker says. I just don't. I don't know if she was putting Roundup like that's crazy to me. I don't think that happened. I think there was other things that happened. I think Dee Dee was super jealous of the stepmom and probably treated her horribly, but I don't think she was putting Roundup in her fucking food. Like who just forgets that? Oh yeah, Dee Dee was giving us Roundup and we're just gonna let her go about her business and not say anything. I just think it's full of shit. They're full of shit. Yeah, she has a huge heavy blocking finger. Bree's unhinged. We'll talk about her soon too. Do you think you mean Rod? Rod continues to blame Christy when things go wrong? I don't know because I mean, he was talking to her in that new Lifetime premiere. If you didn't see it, check it out because it's interesting. But Rod tells Christy, you know, if Ken and Gypsy get together, it's your fault, Christy. So you think yeah, her mods don't do her any favors. That's for fucking sure. They'll block anybody. That's why you only got 10 people typing in your chat. 10 people. Bro. Anyways, do we have any parting words? I think this was a good stream. We talked about a little bit of everything. We had old Jack Star come up here and talk psychobabble. You know, thank you for making your way through that. Jack Star is an interesting creature. And I just don't understand him. It's probably that psycho Miss Lee. Oh yeah, that one. Not you, Miss Lee. Not the good. We have a good Miss Lee around this community. Haven't seen her in a while, but not you, Miss Lee. A different one. This one is crazy. TikTok Miss Lee. We'll call her that. Thank you for being here, JK. I enjoyed listening to you and Sam talk earlier. Good times. All right, guys. I really appreciate you for being here. If you watch this on the replay, shout out. And if you don't mind, please hit the thumbs up on the way in or out. It helps push the video out. It helps the algorithm. And Lord knows I need help. No, I'm just joking. All right. Love you guys so much, and I will see you next time. Everybody have a good rest of your week, and I will see you when I see you. Peace out.
A disclaimer that I don't have all that much time today. I got a little bit of time today.
This beat is going to drop in 4, 3, 2, 1.
It's fair game, right? Bye, everybody.